Welcome in, everybody. This is episode 10 of the Osrynn Tales Live D&D. Ted Garney coming in with the host. Thank you very much, my friend. Tonight is the perilous tale, continuing the journey on the ghost ship. From the dark cove, heading to the very tip of the peninsula known as the Black Reach, named so because of the undead scourge that plagues this land. Our heroes are in league with a few tribes of lizard folk whose ancestral hunting grounds consists of the Black Reach. They are allied with these lizard folk with the agreement that once the undead plague is taken care of, along with their goblin, bugbear, and Cambion masters, they will give the Black Reach back to the lizard folk and stay out of their territory, with all the lands to the west of the peninsula inland being for Rinkind, and the Black Reach will go back to the lizard folk for their ancestral hunting and all of their livelihoods here on the continent of Firon in the world of Osrynn. Last week, our quick-thinking bard disguised himself as a ship's captain, delivering goods to our ghost ship. That was supposed to take those goods to Skull Island, which is at the very tip of the Black Reach Peninsula. Named so because there's a giant friggin' skull there. And our quick-thinking bard, ship captain in disguise, had everybody else in the party hide in a bunch of crates, which were then loaded onto the ship, full of skeletons, a ghost captain, and a bunch of ghosts silently screaming in the sails of the ship as it flies 20 feet above the surface of the ocean. The ghosts' eternal silent screams powering the wind that fills the sails and sends it forward. Luckily, our bard is very charismatic, and his ruse went off without a hitch. They got on the ship, crates were loaded in the cargo hold down at the bottom of the ship, and then not 15 to 20 minutes into a 2.5-day journey, our bard sprung his plan, releasing everybody from the crates and fighting the undead crew of this ship. I don't know their plans, but presumably to take control of the ship themselves and fly it to Skull Island. We'll find out Also, I'm just starting to think that that might be a trademark term. So we're just going to call it the big old skull. Just in case. There's no monkeys or giant lizards. We should be safe. Anyway, they fought almost an entire ship of skeletons. In fact, if I move this map over, you can see all of the skeletons that they murdered last week. Then, at the very end of our session, the ghost captain was finally alerted to the combat happening. Realized that the other captain on the ship, the one guarding the cargo, the ghost captain realized they made a horrible mistake. This other captain, where was his ship? How was he calling himself a captain? They realized that our bard here in disguise was not actually his ship's captain, and immediately tried and succeeded in possessing him. Now, luckily for our ghost, Rowan, Genie Bros bard character, had cast pyrotechnics on a candle he was holding, surrounding himself in a 20-foot sphere of smoke, so none of the other people in his party are aware that he got possessed by a ghost. You can see on our little map here, the gray circle is the smoke surrounding Genie, and because it goes around corners and under doors and everything, the red square on the other ship, this is the top deck for any new viewers, where Genie is with this gray circle is one deck below this, the upper decks here, and this is the part of the upper decks of this ship. You can see the red square is the amount of smoke that's billowing up from below decks, from this center stairwell here. Our cleric Damu and our Dordal cleric Damu and our dragonborn monk Reshi are finishing off one skeleton on the upper decks. Our changeling warlock Sift is going mano a mano on a skeleton here on the underdeck of the ship, while Captain Rowan is screaming, "Help me! Help me! I'm being attacked by skeletons! They're gonna kill me! I need help, everybody! These skeletons gonna stab me, and they're gonna kill me, and I need everybody's help right now! Please come into the smoke cloud and help me!" And that is where we're going to start our session tonight. At the top of the round, Reshi, it is your turn. You're fighting the skeletons on the top deck of our ship here. This guy is bloodied and broken. He looks pretty well injured. Like a soft breeze could knock this guy over. How are you going to proceed to start us off tonight in this session?
I'm going to go ahead and hit him with an unarmed strike.
Hitting him with an unarmed strike indeed.
What do you think about that?
Check here. 23 for 4 damage. Do you want to describe your killing blow?
Just gonna disintegrate him. Like he's just gonna be a mist, per se, of bones. Just
nice.
Gone.
Yes, you punch him square in the face, turning his skull into dust. Our skeleton friend drops to the ground dead. He was literally just left on 1 HP last session. I will move him over into the pile of the dead. You still have your movement and all of that. If you feel like trying to get into below decks, you can see the smoke billowing out from below decks, and you can hear Genie's plaintive wails for help as well.
So I'm above them. I can go down.
Right. Yeah, you're 1 level above them.
I'm gonna move. I believe it's within my 40-foot range to where Sift is.
Yeah. You'd have let's see here. It'd be 10 to get down those stairs. 15. Like total of like 35 to get like within range of that skeleton over here.
I might stand behind him. Is that still working for you?
For me? What?
I mean for the 40-foot range.
Oh yeah, you're well within your 40-foot range to
Okay.
go there.
That's where I'm gonna stand and just wait and see what happens from here.
Sounds good. We will let's zoom out here just a little bit. So Damu, you are up next. Reshi just dusted a skeleton in front of you and ran down the stairs, presumably to aid Rowan in his cries for help. What is your course of action, good sir?
Damu is going to release a sigh, shake his head, say, "Rowan, save us!" And then he's going to run downstairs following Reshi.
All right, invoking the name of your newest god to your pantheon, Rowan the Bard, who ironically is in need of your help right now.
So
You be like that sometimes.
Yeah, we all need a little help sometimes.
I think that's as far as I can go. Did I do that right?
10 feet there. At most. I think you still have like 10 feet left. You could get up into the melee with that skeleton if you want.
I highly recommend it.
I highly recommend it.
I'm
Wail on him.
there.
Fuck him up.
Tis time. Sacred flame. So I guess he needs to do a dex save.
Okay, skeleton dexterity save coming in at a 14. Beats your 13.
Okie dokie.
He's not so nimble or dexterous without muscles, you know? But, yeah, in the... currently, the ship doesn't have a captain at the helm. So the wheel up on the top deck starting to spin one way, spins back the other. You're starting to realize, like, oh man, an airship normally pretty smooth sailing, you know? But this is starting to feel like you're on choppy seas as the boat starts to drift one way and then the other, as there's literally nobody at the steering wheel right now on this ship.
Damu gets airsick and vomits on the skeleton.
Yeah, it basically just causes the skeleton to kind of trip over himself and like list to the left. He like bounces into the wall right next to him. And it just happens to miss getting hit by your holy fire. We'll move on. Rowan Gene still screaming, "Help me, help me."
I love that that's your impression of me.
Yep, that's exactly what you sound like. It's canon. He's gonna move his movement speed, bringing the area of smoke with him. He can move all the way up here. Everybody is now covered in smoke. This area is now heavily obscured, meaning that no matter who you target or who you are targeted by, all attacks are going to be made with disadvantage. Because everybody is so the smoke is so thick right now that even within 5 feet of somebody else, they still look like a dark shadow to you. Like, that's how thick this smoke is. Yeah. Now,
I have
it's
a question.
magical smoke, so it's not hard to breathe or anything, but it's hard to see things. You have a question?
If I did Word of Radiance, which is an AoE, I'm not really targeting anything. I'm just blasting it,
Correct.
and it hits who it hits. Would that
Correct.
still be a disadvantage?
No, that
Okay,
just
cool.
happens as normal. It's
to know.
specifically like attacks and like ability checks. So like, if you were gonna make like an athletics check to grapple somebody, like that would be like all made at disadvantage.
And my healing stuff would be at disadvantage. Well, I guess isn't
No.
not really.
No.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to necessarily do healing word because you have to be able to see them, and this is obscuring people, so you don't really know who's who. I'd have you probably make a perception check to see if you can actually spot like the specific target for a healing word. But like a cure wounds, like if you can reach out and touch them, you know, you're relatively certain that it's a living creature and not a skeleton. You know, you could heal them because it's just a touch thing. It's not like an attack roll or anything like that.
Well, my
Cool.
plan's fucked, by the way. The second that Rowan came up to me, completely destroyed that plan.
Well, since before the show you said that plan may or may not result in severed body limbs, I don't mind screwing that plan up very much. But at a disadvantage, Rowan, he's screaming, "Help me, guys! Help me! These skeletons, man, they're trying to fucking kill me!" He's gonna reach out, and he's gonna try and he's freaking out right now. You know, he's losing his shit kinda at this point. He's gonna reach out and try and grab on to Sift, you know, like just like kind of like, you know, help me, protect me, like grab her by the shoulders, kind of like hug her, try to push her into the way of the skeletons here. But you know, he's possessed, so this is going to be made at a disadvantage. Does an 11 hit you, Sift?
No.
11
No, it
does
does
not
not.
hit. All right, you miss his withering touch attack. Genie grasping futilely. You see the shadow kind of moving around, grasping out for help. Yeah, but he does not grab a hold of you on this turn. Skeletons are up. They are going to move 10, 15, 5, 30, 5, 10. 530. That guy will use a dash move because he does not have a bow. But that means you got 2 skeletons making attacks at disadvantage here. They're just gonna swing wildly in the dark. One targeting Sift, one targeting Damu with their short swords.
The one
so-
targeting Damu, I would like to make a sentinel attack against.
Alrighty. The one attacking you is a 17. The one attacking Damu looks like a 15.
The 17's gonna hit.
15's gonna miss me.
15's gonna miss.
We're gonna go with 15.
Alright, a 15 does... well, you have a lance, so you have reach, so you can actually hit that
Yeah, I
guy.
can
So
hit
15
anything
with
in that-
disadvantage.
Yes, it was a
Alright.
19. Yeah, so
You take 4 piercing damage as a skeleton stabs you right in the love handles. And how much damage do you do to this skeleton?
that'd be 11.
11 piercing, slashing, bludgeoning. What kind of damage here?
Piercing.
Piercing damage.
I mean, realistically, I would love to slam him with the side of it, but that doesn't make logistical sense if I'm this distance from him.
Gotcha. He seems to resist a little bit of that damage, as the skeletons have been here. But you do hit him, and you hear and you can even feel the reverberations through the lance, the cracking of some of his ribs. You may even in the chaos hear a little kind of clink clink as the dry bones hit the wooden floor. We'll move on now to Sift. It is actually your turn now.
Sift is very agitated because they just keep coming one after another. And since you fucked up my original plan, I'm going to cast Armor of Agathist at 2nd level on myself.
Ooh. Interesting. Armor of Agathis at 2nd level. Alright. So you get, what is that? Frosty armor coats your body as you gain 10 temporary hit points, and anybody that hits you takes 10 cold damage, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So that's an action. Do you have any bonus actions, or you want to move anywhere?
I actually want to step back.
Stepping back. Alright. Provoking an opportunity attack from 2 of the skeletons here. They see a shadow move and strike out with disadvantage because they can't really see you. That is going to be a 7. And uh-oh, am I lagging? I might be lagging. 7 and a 16.
The 16 will hit.
That's a 16. I can't.
So they will take 10 cold damage.
Wait, sorry, a 15.
Yeah, 15 is my armor class, so.
Then just ignore that last one there. I was lagging a bit. So you take, I do believe that is 5 piercing.
And he takes 10 cold.
Man, I need to get new glasses, I think, because the 5s and the 6s look very similar to me. And he takes 10 cold damage. That is the one right next to Genie south of Damu. He takes 10 cold damage. He is mad fucked up. He hits you. His like whole arm, like starting at the tip of his sword, it just freezes all the way up his arm, and then it shatters, and then he reaches down and picks up the sword with his offhand.
We're up to 56 damage soaked.
But his this dude's main arm, the skeleton's main arm, is just gone right now. He's fighting one-armed.
Very piratey.
Indeed. At the top of the round, I would like everybody to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please. Genie, you can go ahead. You can roll for Rowan. The what's going on right now uses your physical stats. And I'll roll dexterity saves for.
That's a 12 for me.
Oops. Why they use it?
It was a 5 for me.
Disadvantage. Shouldn't be rolling.
Yes, fall over.
Which is terrible.
Wowzers. Okay, so an 11, 15, and a 7 for the skeletons, because I was rolling with disadvantage, unfortunate. Looks like Dom got an 11, Archie got a 17, Ron got a 5. What was yours, Sift?
12. Or sorry, 12 plus 2 is 14.
14. All right.
Because I'm bad at math.
You just make it as the well, not just you make it with a couple points leeway there. Genie Bruh and Mr. Abstracto, so Rowan and Damu, and 2 of the skeletons fail their dexterity saves. I'm gonna roll an 8-sided die with 1 being north, 2 being northeast, 3 being east, etc. around the clockwise. And you guys are gonna slide 10 feet in whatever direction I roll here. A 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys move 10 feet to the southwest, which would put 5, 10. Genie, you fall into that open hole.
Whoops.
Down into down into the more bottom deck, but you're right at the bottom of those stairs.
Take damage for that?
You will take a little bit of damage for that, yeah. That skeleton is gonna also fall.
We don't gotta beat him up. He's gonna beat himself
down
up.
the stairs. And that one's gonna fall as well. Everybody who falls down the stairs and or into the open pit is gonna take 2 falling damage, 2 bludgeoning damage, which is actually doubled for the skeletons. One of them almost dies. The other one, who just kind of falls onto the stairs itself, is just barely injured, well, bloodied by it, to use a 4th edition term. And that is going to conclude top of the round. No pilot at the wheel shenanigans. Reshi, is your turn. You step up to all the commotion, and yeah, it is your turn.
Did Damu fall down? Because Damu's technically like half on the thing and half not.
No, for purpose of this map, because I don't know why. Like, I have this sized the way, like, this map is like, this ship is like X squares long by X squares wide. Like, I have it set up the way it's supposed to be, but it's not aligning with the grid like it's like most of this guy's maps do. So because of that, there's supposed to be a 5-foot area between this, like, these walls and the edge. So that's these squares here are safe. I just ruled that this guy should have actually moved into that square and like fallen down the stairs and underneath here. I'm just leaving him here so we don't have to like swap maps and all that kind of crap. But you as a player are
Fair
safe.
enough.
Okay, so do we see the smoke
Cool.
still? Are we still like engulfed in smoke right now since he fell down?
Oh, sorry. Can you turn your mic up a little bit, Rachel? I could barely hear you.
I moved it. Is that better?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Much better.
Okay, so are we still like engulfed in smoke right now, or since he fell
Yes.
down, we still are?
Actually, hey Jeannie, how about you give me a dexterity saving throw again? We'll say DC 10 dex save. If you'd fail, the candle goes out.
DC what?
Yeah, just roll a dexterity save.
Okay.
If you roll a 10 or higher, then the candle is good, right?
Yeah.
Eight.
So
Is
it's eight.
right.
Hey, the candle. As you fall into that open pit, the rushing wind of you falling 10 feet, the candle snuffs out, and because of that, the smoke is actually gonna go away as well.
Okay, so I would like to move up to this skeleton that's still up here on the deck with us.
Yeah, he's like a little bit down on the stairs. Oh, that guy over here.
That's
This
the
one?
guy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that
I'm
was the
gonna-
one who didn't move.
I'm gonna unarmed strike him and see if I can finish him off.
Taste him.
Good.
Oh,
He's dead.
Critical hit. Hell yeah. That guy easily.
Please don't punch me, Rishi.
I'll try not to. The plan is not to.
Easily.
Since I have to.
There won't be an arm to a limb to cut off. Jesus Christ.
just explode in a red mist.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Reggie is just like prime to beat up on these skeletons since they are vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, and punching someone with your fist is certainly not slashing or piercing them. So, yeah, you like just straight up, like if it had a heart, you'd call him but it doesn't, so you just rip its spine out the front of its chest, and thing is gonzo. We'll add him to the pile of the damned.
That's a big fucking pile.
It is a big pile. Hold on.
Genie, you son of a bitch.
Look at all those.
We gotta make it through the
look at all
ghost, y'all. We can kill these skellies. It's just the ghost now.
those- All right. So you powder yet another skeleton. Any bonus actions or any more movement that you wish to take? Anything like that?
I'm kind of gonna move up where Sift is just to see what happens, and then I'll move back if y'all need me. I think I moved 20 feet, so I'm gonna move up about 15. About there.
Okay. So that will oh wait, no, it won't provoke an attack from the skeleton because he's down at the
floor.
bottom of those stairs. So yeah. All right. So you move to take a more advantageous position. Dama, it is your turn.
That's how Chad handled that problem.
Right.
Dama, you now have DM inspiration thanks to the Chattest Chad.
Nice.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Now for DM
Sweet.
inspiration, before you make an attack, a saving throw, or an ability check, so like a skill check or a tools check, if you really want to do well on it, before you make the check, just say, I'm going to use my DM inspiration, and that gives you advantage on that particular thing. Unlike bardic inspiration, which you can do after you see the result, you do, like I said, you do have to declare the DM inspiration before the roll.
Okay. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Sift, which adds 2 to his AC.
Oh, shit, do you want me to just rush in and start murdering shit? I'm already beefy as hell, man. I'm at 19 of 21 health plus an extra 5 temp and a 10 damage back to them. So I'm just gonna go wreck shit now.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like how I feel like my character should behave. I heal and beef you guys up.
I dig it. No, I dig it.
And since that was a bonus action, I'm going to throw my trident at the skeleton at the bottom of the stairs.
There we go. I gave myself a
this
fate
guy
icon.
down here.
Correct.
Cool beans. Toss.
And we're back. Oh, do I get advantage for being
Oh
above?
yeah. Because you have the high
Score.
ground, so you do have advantage on that attack.
It's over, Anakin.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. It's probably the best scene in any of the prequel movies because Hayden Christensen gets burned alive.
I'm assuming 17.
What the fuck is
Everybody talks shit about it, but I like Hayden Christensen in Jumper because I like Jumper.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I don't
That's
have
a
a
hot-
problem with Hayden Christensen as an actor. I just don't like him
that's
as
a hot.
Anakin
That's a
Skywalker.
hot take. That's a hot take.
Here's the thing.
I
I don't think Jumper is a good movie. I think it's an enjoyable one.
Okay.
enough.
Okay.
Seven-
Okay.
17 though. 17 with your trident is going to hit that skeleton, and he's actually pretty. My God, even with the reduced damage from piercing, you managed to throw your trident and just sever this dude in half,
Yes.
causing the magic to dissipate for whatever unholy, ungodly magic was keeping this thing animated is gone, and it just falls into a pile of bones. We'll add it to the pile of the damned as well.
Woohoo.
So you got slid there. Any movement or anything that you want to do?
At the moment, no.
I guess bonus action to return that to your hand, right? The trident. That's a bonus action for the artificer thing. Is that correct?
Oh, I've always thought it was automatic.
You're the artificer, Sand. Was it a bonus
No,
action or is it?
It
just automatic?
automatically returns back to his hand
Oh,
after
damn.
it has made contact.
That's freaking cool. I thought it was a bonus action. All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, you're saying so your turn's done then, Damu?
Yep, I'm good.
Coolio. Very cool. Rowan, having fallen into this open pit in the middle of this ship where you load cargo and whatnot, he's gonna stand up with half his movement. He's gonna move over, right below, and he's gonna say, "Damu, help me, man! There's a skeleton on stairs." He's gonna reach up. He's like, "Help me, man! Pull me up! Pull me up!" Is Damu gonna assist him?
Yep.
No.
Damu willingly touches Genie's hand. No matter what I roll, it's going to hit with a withering touch. As you willingly accept this attack because he's a tricky motherfucker.
I didn't know that.
You
he
didn't
was
know.
possessed.
No, yeah, it's fair. That's
You
entirely
didn't
fair.
know.
I would have
Yeah,
run away. I would
I-
be like, no.
So we're gonna say
Use the stairs, asshole.
you
He made me surprise out. Nuh-uh.
you pull Genie up. We'll say he's up next to you now, and as he gets to the top, you just see a flash of necromantic energy in his eyes as this wry smile curls across his face. His teeth somehow mangled now, all sinister like, taking on some nefarious forms in his visage. He
Jesus
pumps
Christ.
negative energy into you. You take 20 necrotic damage from the withering touch of this ghost. It is a
Damn.
powerful necromantic attack.
Oh.
For those of you wondering in the chat, Withering Touch deals 4d6 plus 3 necrotic damage.
Yep.
Is he still alive?
I got 2.
Yes, he's alive but fucked up. Hardcore fucked up.
Can I yell? Or would I know that he's possessed at this point? given my background and family history with life clerics? Or
so
can I do a religion check?
Yeah, you can make religion, perception, insight, really, any of those three to determine what's going on. Sure.
But wouldn't it be evident that to us, if we can see him, that something is clearly wrong after he touched Rowan?
It would be evident that something is wrong, yes, but whether or not he's possessed, that may not. You may not know that.
Actually, Sift and Reshi, go ahead. Both of you can make perception checks as well to see if you're picking up on what's going on here.
Oh,
That's not too bad. It's not too
boy, natural 20.
Natural 20.
bad. Shit, nice.
Yeah, you guys, not only like when he gets up there and he's like standing next to Damu and is still in that like medieval like handshake, you know, like that forearm grasp kind of handshake that they did back then. He not only like has that flash of energy in his eyes and the wry smile at Damu, but he turns and specifically looks at both of you as he channels the necromantic energy into your cleric. Like almost in defiance of the situation. Like just the look in his eyes, like his possessed sort of that teal, like bluish green color of the ghost just bursting forth from his eyes as he stares at the two of you while almost killing your life cleric. That will be Jeannie's turn. Moving on to the skeleton, who's now not going to have disadvantage, but he's going to try and finish off Damu by stabbing him in the back with a short sword.
No.
He critically fails.
You're good.
Thank God.
He critically fails, and just for shits and giggles, he like goes up the stairs, right? Because he was partly like down the stairs. He like gets up, starts moving up the stairs, and as he steps to attack Damu, he accidentally, there's no handrails. This ship is not built to code. He falls off the stairs and back down into the open area here. And he'll take a d6. 5. He dies. He just falls and dies.
He just dies.
He falls and dies. 5 doubled because vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. He takes 10 damage on his 7 HP that he had remaining. He falls, his face just crushes against the floor. Skeletons are seemingly dealt with for now. That's going to bring us to Rowan. You have been shielded by Damu's faith
I am
in
not Rowan. Okay. Here's the thing. Sift fucking hates undead and folks like that because of her patron. Like that whole thing, and she knows something is wrong with Rowan at this point. She's not 100% sure why, but she's fucking pissed. So she's gonna move up here, and I'm talking like full-on spear warrior, going to slam it into Rowan, trying to push him over the edge.
Ooh.
To make him fall down.
Okay.
I don't know what to roll for that. Is it just a regular attack?
I'll say that's roughly mechanically similar to a grapple, which is like an attack that doesn't deal damage but has like a different effect. So you can roll athletics, and Jeannie, you can defend with athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Let's see.
It'll be 16 for me.
16. All right. So athletics or acrobatics, Jeannie. You have to match or exceed a 16 to stay up on the deck.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Chad is Chad coming in with the bardic inspiration for Genie. So
Cool.
you can add that bardic inspiration if you want. Once you see your result, you could choose to add that inspiration to your check here. Or actually, since technically I'm the one playing your character, go ahead and hold on to that bardic inspiration. You fall with a D6. There's no hope for you to actually beat a 16 with a D6. So you get pushed back 5 feet. You fall. You're gonna take a D6 of bludgeoning damage. So that's 4. You take 4 bludgeoning damage from falling. You are prone at the bottom of the stairs. Bonus action or more movement, Sift?
I'm gonna move up to the top of the stairs and very bouncer at the bar, just look beefy and come up these stairs, get fucked up kind of look, and try and throw as much distance as I can get Damu, kind of like pulling him back from the edge, because I'm assuming since he got fucked up real bad, he's almost falling over, just trying to pull him back and let him gain back his posture.
Cool. Alrighty.
Good looking out.
We'll move on to Reshi.
You falling over would be real bad for me.
Yeah.
Reshi, you just saw Damu help Rowan out of the pit, then Rowan fucking him up with some necrotic energy, and Sift jumping into action and battering him back down into the hole. So currently you can see, from your vantage point, you can see Damu and Sift's back there. You cannot see Rowan. He is down 10 feet. But there is a set of stairs right here. If you wanted to go down there and mess up him even more.
I don't know what good that's gonna do. I mean, I don't want to kill him.
Oh, by falling.
So on that note, I know some of us are still new. You do not have to attack with lethal intent all the time. All you have to do is declare, I'm attacking with non-lethal force. And instead of when they go to 0, if you drop them to 0 with non-lethal force, instead of making death saving throws, they're just knocked unconscious and stable.
You're probably the best person to do that, seeing as you can knock his ass out, barroom brawl style.
What would I roll for that then if I do?
Just
do
a
this?
normal attack. You just declare it's non-lethal damage.
Yep.
Jesus, what is he at?
8.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can, you can probably do that.
Or how much damage did I take that first fall? Because I actually didn't apply that.
2.
2. All right, so I'm actually at 6.
Then I go down here and then I don't roll. I'm just gonna do it. Okay, fuck it.
Punch
Gonna
him.
apply me.
I'm sorry. Wish me luck, guys. Here we go.
Well, an 18, a hit is gonna hit, and a
No,
6.
Reshi, don't punch me.
I'm stuck down here with the stupid ghost, though.
Yeah, but the ghost is not in a good position. He's at the bottom of the stairs with a lance at the top and
I
a monk
can't punch
beating
a
his
fucking
ass.
ghost.
We can be friends.
Okay, so Gene, you take 6. I'm assuming non-lethal
Non-lethal,
bludgeoning
yes.
damage.
Ow, my ghost face.
So yeah, you take 6 bludgeoning damage. I think that drops you exactly to 0, does it not?
It should.
I'm gonna take a nap.
So look, it's not a dirt nap, buddy.
So yeah, let's do this.
By the way, this hookah is just right today.
Yay.
And for anyone wondering, Bay Breeze flavor.
What's that?
What is that
We're on a
flavor? Is
boat.
that like coconuts?
Kind of tastes like a Mai Tai.
Wait,
I'm
why
about to
does-
die, guys, by a ghost. So
Oh no,
is
you're
that
not.
working?
No.
I'm having
That ghost's gonna get fucked up by
I'm
me.
having a coconut mango beverage. So that's
Are you
pretty
really?
that's pretty similar.
Is that a
Yeah.
White Claw?
It's a Vista Bay,
Oh.
but I added sneak to it so I can just really make sure that
You made a Four Loco, is what you're saying.
basically I made a I made a drunk white girl Four Loco.
Anyway.
I got a Sprite
So
cherry.
so
and vodka.
technically, the ghost and Rowan are both in the same square, right next to, they're right there in the bottom right-hand corner, that square that the 4 characters are making. But for whatever reason, every time I try and move the token to the front, it does not want to be on top of like anybody. So, I just gotta move the characters so you can see them all there. And yeah, so Reshi, you knock out Rowan. As you punch him and knock him out, he lets out like just an unearthly like wail of pain, and as his head back, like that bluish teal light emitting from his eyes and mouth, as he drops to the ground, a vapor kind of escapes from his mouth and throat and forms into the spectral visage of the ghost captain of this ship. I did forget to do the top of the round dexterity save, so let's go ahead. Everybody, make a dexterity save for me.
I'm passed out.
Except for Rowan. You're just gonna slide 10 feet whichever way the boat moves this time.
12 for me.
So 10. Ooh.
nice, geez.
God, thank
Not
God
that
you
bad.
didn't
Oh,
fall.
thank God.
Good.
Thank God you
Critical.
didn't fall.
Uh,
You'd have
wh-
been
Oh,
so
I thought that
fucked.
was the end of me.
Sift, you said you got a 12?
Yeah.
12 is exactly what you needed.
Oh.
Reshi, you're gonna
fucking fail.
move. You're gonna slide 10 feet. Our other 2 friends are safe. Let's see, do
I hope the ghost fails this. That'd be
D8
great.
Here. A
Would make
4,
my
so
day.
1, 2, 3, 4. Rowan's gonna slide 10 feet underneath the deck over here. Reshi, you're gonna slide 10 feet under the deck over here as well. Everybody else is fine. And that is gonna bring us to Damu.
All right, since I thankfully
Survived.
survived that dex saving throw, I am going to cast. What's your health at, Sift?
19 of 21.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, I also have an extra 5 health from my Armor of Agathis, and I have your Shield of Faith. Like, I'm set. Handle you, buddy.
Yeah, hear yourself, man.
And if you can,
All right.
I don't know if you have anything that reaches Rowan, but
You did turn undead earlier, right? Last week.
I did, yes.
So I don't think you have a channel divinity to do that mass heal, do you?
Oh, I don't know.
he's a level 3 cleric. He might have another use.
I feel like you. I mean, we'll double check, but
I have no idea. I don't.
Nah, I think I only have the one.
it has been a while since I've played a cleric. I know you get extra channel divinities later on, but I think it might be level 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Yep, level 6. Okay. I still have a mass heal spell called Prayer of Healing, but it's up to 6 players, and I don't know. How are you doing on health, Reshi?
I'm at 17 of 21. I'm not crying.
And see, it'd almost be better to save that spell in
feel
case
like-
everybody
yeah.
ends up needing it.
So it is.
So I'm going to
It
use Cure
would.
Wounds on myself.
It would allow you to get Rowan back up for the next round, though. Because it's
Do we-
AoE, right? He's no longer possessed, so he would be able to deal with this problem. And he is also immune to being possessed because the ghost has left him.
You don't know that.
Well, oh, okay.
I don't know that.
So-
I don't
You
know
don't.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
my-
don't know.
Damu's thinking also was while Rowan was unconscious, the ghost wasn't going to repossess him. So he was kind of just going to leave him unconscious.
Yeah, that's fine.
At least till
We-
next round, anyway.
Yeah, leave him
Alright, I'm gonna
unconscious
use-
until he possesses you.
I'm going to use Cure Wounds on myself. For whatever reason, it didn't roll it. 1d8
1d8. Yeah.
plus.
And
what
don't
is
forget
my-
you're a life cleric, so you get all the bonus stuff too.
Right.
Healing is kind of your your wheelhouse. It's...
So slash roll 1d8 plus 6.
Damn, son.
I gain 9.
Plus 6 is incredible.
Yeah, that makes that spell way stronger.
Yeah, so much stronger. We could practically double the amount of healing, right?
Yeah, he's pretty fucking close.
Any bonus action cantrips or movement that you want to make? You won't.
Can I
provoke-
use a healing potion as a bonus action?
In my game, my table rules, I generally let people drink potions themselves as a bonus action, but feeding it to somebody else is an action.
So I could drink a potion action
Yes.
myself, or a
Yeah.
potion action, a potion as a bonus action for myself.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
I like to.
what do
like
I
to
roll
do
for
in
that?
Favor of the players. So a regular healing potion is 2d4 plus 2. It's not like a spell or anything, so you don't get any of your cool extra life cleric stuff unless it says when you receive healing. I don't know. I haven't played a life cleric before, so
I'm going to read it real quick just to be sure.
sure. Any before you go off and reading all that stuff, any movement that you want to do, you're outside of the ghost range. It's 10 feet below you.
I'd
No,
stay
I'm
away
not
from
going
it
down
if I
there.
were you.
Yeah, I'm not going down there.
Yeah, don't come down here.
Alright, so you
I'll take
can check up on your healing stuff, and then roll.
All right,
that
so it's
2d4 plus-
2d4
Yeah, 2d4
just
plus
2d4
Whenever you're ready,
plus 2.
Rowan.
And-
Yep.
And
sorry.
you were right. It had the spell stuff.
Okay. So Rowan, you are unconscious but stable, luckily, from that non-lethal damage. So you don't have to make death saves or anything like that. I do want you to roll 1d4 for me. One 4-sided die.
/ roll d4.
Yeah, roll space 1d4.
If I do the D4 with the automatic dice, do I just hit the one that has the 2 next to it?
No, you just hit the d4.
I rolled a
The 2
1.
rolls 2 of them.
Wow, that was shit.
That's fine. Reggie, you didn't need to roll a d4.
Oh, I thought it was from me. I'm sorry. I was
No.
kind of in the middle of something else.
Hey,
Can I
no
have
worries.
her d4?
Nope. The D4 for Rowan is you're knocked when you're knocked unconscious with non-lethal, or if you make all of your saving throws without being healed, you remain unconscious for 1d4 number of hours. So actually, in this case, low is better.
Oh,
You are
awesome.
going to be unconscious for 1 hour unless you're healed or arisen by something else. At the end of that hour, you'll gain 1 hit point and be conscious again.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Cool.
So that will move on to the ghost. The ghost is going to cast something called Horrifying Visage.
What used to be the changeling skill?
I need every non-undead creature. So that's Damu, Sift, and Reshi.
How
within
dare you assume my life?
60 feet, which is Damo, Sift, and Reshi. I need you all to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw, or be frightened by a minute.
20 flat.
Plus the cleric. What?
Roll
25?
wisdom.
No, 20 flat.
Oh, 20.
Just a 20, not like not like a natural 20.
Gotcha.
God, that would be
Gotcha.
nuts. I do have a +4 to that, though.
Goddamn. All right. Reshi, you are afeared. You're afraid of the ghost. Let's see here.
Well, I actually am, so that works out great.
I didn't see that one coming.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Well, the bonus is Rowan didn't lose any limbs.
Yeah, Rowan didn't lose any limbs. That's good. So Reshi, you're afraid of this guy. That means currently, let me pull up frightened condition here. I know that you cannot move closer to them. Let's see here. Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. So like skill checks and attacks. Also, the creature cannot willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So if you have ranged attacks, you can still attack the ghost. But while the ghost is within your sight, you have disadvantage on attacks and ability checks, not saving throws, and you cannot move closer to it.
Like how far is my range from it then?
You are currently 10 feet away. So unless you've got 10 foot long arms.
No, I get my breath weapon.
Or a
but-
I think you used the breath weapon last
Yeah,
week when you popped out of the
I
chest.
did. Yeah, I have 1 key left, so maybe.
So we'll move.
Use fire breath, also known as mom glare. What did I tell you about having cookies before dinner?
Oh, I love him.
That'll be Sif's turn.
All right. Sift again
wait, I need
is
to roll.
super pissed off,
6.
and she is going to toll the dead.
There we go. Toll the dead.
So go ahead and roll. You have to beat a 14 or take 1d12.
14 on what? Wisdom, charisma, and...
Wisdom.
4.
Yes.
7.
And the toll the dead is extra damage if it's undead. I know it's like if they've taken damage, but is it also if they're undead?
No, it's just if they've taken damage.
Okay, this guy is not
Oh,
actually...
he has not taken damage, then it'd be a d8.
He has not taken damage.
How about 8 then?
Well, goddamn. That went from a 4 to an 8. Should have left well enough alone. All right. Homeboy takes... Wait, what kind of damage is that?
Necrotic.
Necrotic. Homeboy doesn't do... He just laughs in your face.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head.
Yeah, your pet magic does not affect me.
All
I'm
right.
gonna make you walk the plank.
What were you thinking?
I am.
We're gonna feed you to the fishes.
I'm not gonna leave his movement range or his threat range. I'm just gonna go to the other side of him here and challenge him. I'm just gonna challenge him as, come on, you ghostly bitch! You can't get any of this.
I'll turn to face you. Top of the round. We need Damu, Sift, and Reshi. Make those dexterity saving throws for me, please. This is the The wheel of the ship is still spinning madly above decks.
16.
Man, I'm just rolling like shit.
16.
I critted it again.
You crit it again. You're, you know, you're a stalwart fellow. You got
I'm
a
not
low
though. I
center of
have a
gravity.
-1 on my dex.
To be fair, Damu, you do weigh like 400 pounds. It takes a lot of force to move that.
That's true. Inertia.
That's true. That's true.
My dex is plus 400.
All right. So let's just do this here. D8. A 4 again. Rowan is gonna just kind of slide into the wall, but he doesn't actually move like 5 or 10 feet into the wall. So you're gonna slide into the wall and move 10 feet back this way.
Passed out rolling around the.
Yep.
Like a water bottle in the floor of your car.
Reshi, however, you're gonna stumble into this wall, smack into it pretty dang hard, and then stumble into this square over here. And that is going to be 1d6 bludgeoning damage as you smack your face off the wall. 2. You smack one of your horns off the wall, and you break off just the tip of your horn on one side. As
Can't grow that back.
yeah, horns don't grow back.
Jeez,
What's the
real
damage
bad.
on that one?
2 bludgeoning damage. Not much, just a little bit. A little superficial damage.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip. Listen, this is
Oh,
This is a family stream.
stream.
it took everything for me to not hit the got him button.
Got him. All right, Reshi, that will be your turn. Now remember, you are frightened by the ghost, so you cannot move closer to it willingly. Now, if that had slid you closer, cool, but it didn't. So if you have like a bow or like throwing daggers or anything like that, you can still attack at a disadvantage. If you have skills or anything like that, like I don't know if you have a healer's kit on you. If it's in your inventory, you can
potion.
try making a medicine check to heal Genie. That would be a disadvantage. If you have a potion, you could feed Genie a potion and wake him up.
So I've done this stupid thing where I've not bought anything yet. So I literally have nothing.
Still don't have any. I mean, you're a monk, travel light. I get it.
I need
would-
to do that next time.
I would like to point out that when I run a campaign, if someone is knocked out and you're feeding them a potion, it's a suppository.
Yeah.
Sexy. Boofing them potions, yeah.
We're gonna get you better, buddy.
I always rolled it. I always ruled it like you're feeding a pill to a dog. You like stick it in their mouth. You like hold their mouth closed and rub their throat to make them swallow it.
Yeah, I got nothing, y'all. I have to stand here. This is terrible.
Is there a Vaseline roll? Nope.
Use your ulti.
I don't have it all. I can't do it because I can't get any closer. My breath weapon is 15 feet.
All right. In that case, since you sounds like you don't have anything you can do on your turn, at the end of your turn, you repeat the wisdom saving throw against the fear. So, seeing like you have nothing that you can do on your turn, make that wisdom save, and we'll see what happens here.
It's not too bad.
16. Awesome. It takes you. You have to well up just all of the mental energy that you can, and you're just like, it's just a ghost. It's not that scary, right? And just through sheer force of will, you convince yourself that you can win the day. Genie's only knocked out. Rowan's only knocked out. He's not dead. The rest, you know, your cleric just healed himself up. Things are looking good. You're no longer afraid of the ghost. It's not at the end of your turn. You're no longer afraid of the ghost. So we'll move on.
You ain't
to
afraid of
Dommel.
no ghost.
But you are now. I will say this to everybody. Everybody's now immune to the fear thing, except for Genie because he wasn't affected by it in the beginning. But passing that saving throw, you all are now immune to his fear effect.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, so now, next turn, Reshi, you'll be back in action like normal. Damu, Holy Man.
Holy man.
What is going on?
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at the ghost.
Okay. 1 second here.
Suck on the dex.
That's wisdom again, right?
Dex.
Dexterity.
It's a dex save.
Chow. Ooh, an 8. He fails that.
5
Dex
radiant
save.
damage
He's
if
gonna
he
take-
takes it.
You see a mote of radiant fire explode forth just right in the center of his chest. Because he's like translucent and shit. So you see it like literally right in the middle of him. 5 radiant damage. It turns and looks at you, Damu, and says, it seems like this one's got a little spunk in him.
Yay.
Yeah.
Bonus action or movement?
He's full of spunk.
Yeah.
Hate that word.
All right, so since Sacred Flame was a cantrip, if I have a bonus action spell, am I allowed to use it?
If you have a yeah, because Sacred Flame is a cantrip, right?
Correct.
So yeah, if you have a bonus action spell, you can still cast it.
Okay.
Level
And I'm
1
going to
high.
cast. Can I see Rowan right now?
Ooh, it would be hard. Make a perception check. DC 10
I'm
perception
over
check.
somewhere in the boat.
Yeah, it's just more angles. Like he's pretty far below, like under the. Oh hell yeah. You can still see his like from his knees down, kind of like slid back behind like a wall. But you can see like knees down, so you can cast the healing word.
Why
We'll
did
have
it?
to- we'll have
I
to
don't
look at
understand why
your
it's not
character
casting.
sheet.
Yeah, it must be messed up in my character sheet or something.
I'm just proud we've survived this long.
Oh my gosh, right?
This is a fight.
I mean, what were the odds that Jeannie had 6 and then I rolled a 6? Like it's been working out okay.
All right, so I'm going to cast it at 2nd level, making it a 2d4,
Yeah.
plus my extra stuff. So it'll be 2d4 plus 6. $11 healing to Rowan.
I don't know why. I just checked your healing word spell. It looks like everything's set up properly. I don't know.
So I got 11 health now,
Yes, sir.
and I'm up.
Yeah, you gasp for breath. You just sit straight up, 11 HP. You are not anywhere close to where you remember being last, which was up here in the middle of the fray, watching Resi's fist just right into your face, pop you right in the nose. Because remember, Jeannie, you were in the back seat of your own body that whole time. Like, while the ghost was controlling your body and making you say and do things, you were still aware of it all.
It's like watching a TV show.
Yeah, except through the windows of your own eyes.
That's fun.
Check your teeth; they might be loose.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 of them.
So I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you are knocked, so you're still prone, you're still like sitting on the ground. You can stand up with half your movement, which means if you do want to move anywhere, you still have like 15 feet. Of movement.
I'm gonna lay here for a second.
You're just gonna lay there for a second. All right.
I'm just gonna lay here.
Okay. You
Just
do.
leave it
So you are awake. You do have your full turn. If you do just wish to use your turn to lay there for a moment, that's fine. I just want.
I'm gonna pull out my water skin of hard of hard stuff
Sure.
and just take a nice swig of it.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make a medicine check for me, real quick.
All right. My man.
14. Now this is some pretty good dwarven whiskey. And you know, you picked this up a while back from I think it was from the what was it, Gut Barrel?
This was the mill.
Oh, it was back at the mill?
Yeah, I got this at the mill. I filled up
Right,
before
right.
we
Oh yeah, it was that.
or
It
wait,
was the top shelf stuff back at the mill.
yeah.
It is one of, let me just double check our names. Gut Blaster. It is the Gut Blaster Special Reserve. And now you wouldn't know the lore behind this, but just for everybody else, you know, a little world exposition. The Gut Blaster Special Reserve is made by you guys actually know him, Garth Gut Blaster. He is the brewmaster back in Asari. He's a dwarf. His elven wife Miri runs the tavern, owns and runs the tavern. He makes the ales and the whiskeys. This is a very special brew that goes to all of like the really important like physical laborers. So like it goes out to the logging people, it goes to the dock workers, the blacksmith gets some. It raises your spirits. It makes you feel warm and relaxed. It kind of eases aching muscles. Go ahead and roll 1d4 plus 1 healing for sipping on that special reserve. It's a little bit weaker than a normal healing potion, but it gives you a bit of a boost at the end of the day after a hard day's work.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, we can just add one. So
Little Texan, thanks for the follow.
So 5.
Uh,
I accidentally hit equals instead
Oh
of
yeah. So D4.
No. Yeah, did I hit for a 1 or hit it for a 4? I hit it for 4,
No,
right?
I'm feeling nice tonight. We'll say it's 5 healing.
Okay. Sorry.
Hey, no worries. Yeah, you heal yourself a little bit more. That's gonna bring us to the ghost's turn. The ghost is going to, let's see here. The ghost is gonna float upwards 5 feet, so that it is within reach. Oh, hold on. I have to do this first. Dang it. So yeah, okay. Possession's not recharged yet.
Thank God.
He's gonna float up 5 feet so that he's still within touching reach of the cleric.
I would like to. Is he gonna attack the cleric?
He is gonna attack the
assume?
cleric.
I would like to make a sentinel attack.
Okey-dokey. You can do that. Now, is your weapon magical or no?
It is. It is my hex weapon. It is
Gotcha.
summoned. And that is going to be a 20 flat to hit.
So that's going to hit the ghost.
No, this dice has betrayed me. We have to pick another one.
Mine is literally.
What? You rolled it, though.
No, like, it's the D12 that for the damage. So 8 plus 4, 12 total.
12 damage on the ghost. He's still going to roll an 18 against Damu, though.
No.
Oh my god.
Here we go. 18 hits me.
18 hits you. Alright.
Yeah.
Sift, I mean, you do a hefty retaliating blow. But Withering Touch is going to deal 17 necrotic damage
Holy shit.
to our
God.
cleric.
Are you still alive down there?
Reach
Well, on the
out.
bright side, he can't possess me now.
He reaches out and he says, I shall dim and force the dying of the light. As he grabs a hold of your ankle and just pumps negative energy. Like, you can see the blackness go up the veins of his leg. And, he's got the hardened exterior of his shell and everything. But if it was a human, you'd see that blackness just crawl up his leg right to his heart. And just right into the center of his chest. I believe that drops you to 0, right? Is that
That it
correct,
did.
John? Yeah.
That is
You
correct.
fall prone. Whoa, Chadis Chan coming in, gifting a tier 1 sub to Mr. Abstracta. Thank you very much, sir. Just as his character falls prone with 0 HP, just to clarify, that was lethal damage. So, on your next turn, unless somebody heals you before then, you'll be making death saving throws. Speaking of people going before you, Sift, it is your turn.
Well, I was going to Eldritch Blast, but this changes things quite a lot. So I'm going to move up here. I am going to use the potion that Damu gave me, and I'm going to suppository style feed this man a potion.
Boy.
So that's 2d4 plus 2.
Indeed. Indeed it is.
Damu, this is going to be a real rude awakening.
Let's do it.
6 total. Oh, no, wait. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 total points.
Chad coming in, giving bardic inspiration to Sangretti.
Hey, thank you.
Oh yeah. I do have bardic, don't I?
Chad's all over it.
So, yeah. You can heal for 8 there, Mr. Damu. And I believe
heal for 8.
unconscious is it takes an action to do so, right?
Yeah, it
To-
does
to
take an
feed him.
action to feed him a potion. You're correct.
I don't think there's much I can do for a bonus action. Use that. I'm just gonna taunt the ghost. Be like, I'm over here. Best I can, I guess. I don't. How do you taunt a ghost? Over here, you ectoplasmic fool.
You see its face sort of suck in on itself and then protrude back out of like a 45-degree angle, so he's looking right at you. Kind of just like it's hard to describe, right? It kind of like implodes and then shows up looking directly at you and kind of just goes, "Ah, I'll have the best of ye yet."
I've done everything I can.
Yeah, as everybody, top of the round, everybody needs to make dexterity saving throws as the ship careens wildly in yet another direction. The pirate will taunt you back and say, You'll say, yeah, I'd rather see this ship dashed upon the rocks than let ye get to the master's lair.
I didn't crit that one.
I got 18.
Charmed Kitty, thanks for the host.
I am rolling
18.
fantastic tonight.
Oh
which
my
I
gosh,
am
y'all. No. I
loving.
critically failed that one.
Ooh, no. What was yours, Sam?
18.
18. You're
16
safe.
plus 2.
Genie Bro, you're safe.
Yay!
Damu and Reshi, you are not safe. 2. You guys are gonna go 10 feet to the northeast. Luckily, Reshi, you are just right up against this wall, so you move 10 feet, just sliding along the wall. You don't take damage. But Damu, you slam right into that wall and then slide up that way. Damu, you're gonna take 6 bludgeoning damage. 3. You take 3 bludgeoning damage as you on your shell. You just slide face first into that wall and ricochet northwards towards the bow of the ship. So yeah, Ghost saying he'd rather see this ship destroyed than let you guys get to Drazan's lair. That brings us to Reshi's turn.
So, I have a question. Can I punch a ghost?
You can certainly try to punch a ghost.
Like, I mean, if I rolled correctly, I could actually punch the ghost.
You can certainly try to punch the ghost.
I don't like that.
You don't
Foulsham,
know.
I don't
You've
like
never
that.
tried to punch a ghost before.
Don't you hate those answers?
I don't like that, Foulsham.
You can certainly try.
I
That's
I
the
like you,
best.
but I don't like
I
that.
am a
Okay.
bastard, ain't I?
Should I breath weapon? I'm just gonna ask my people that can hear me. Should I breath weapon or should I punch this bitch? Anyone?
I
I'm
would
going
kill
to
the rest of
assume
his
Damu
spirit.
can't hear you.
I mean, I would. This is just. I'm not the fanciest combat guy person in the land. I would probably not try to touch or punch the ethereal being.
Okay.
Um,
That's my 2 cents.
I'm gonna have 1 key left, so I can try and breath weapon. I'm the best I can do.
Sounds good.
I can do it from where I'm at, so I'm gonna go and roll that.
So now it is a 15-foot cone, but
Yeah, she should have.
Sift is at
Oh.
the top of the stairs, so you're
Oh.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you
hard
won't
with
hit me.
2D. It's hard
You won't
with
hit me.
2D maps, but yeah, Sift's out of range for this.
Yeah, he's above.
Bad.
be
It was a
fine.
bad hit anyway.
Well, it's a DC 11 Constitution save, so I have to make the Constitution save. He fails the Constitution save. You see the breath weapon attack, your frosty breath just envelop this ghost in the sort of the white energy that you breathe out. It's sort of like white flame, right? That you breathe, but it's cold, right? It's like frost fire instead of normal fire. The ghost, Sift, looking at the ghost, you see again its face kind of just suck inwards and turn into the back of the ghost's head. Its torso still facing you. Now the face appears on the back where the back of its head was, so it's like heads on backwards right now, looking down at Reshi, and it just says, "You think coldness can affect one who's already consumed by the coldness of undeath? Nice try, lassie. It'll be the last you ever breathe that weapon again." You don't think the cold breath did anything to this guy?
All right, so cold don't work. Shit.
You do get a bardic inspiration though, Resi, from the chat. Chad is Chad in the chat. That's fun to say.
Yeah, it's Chad in the chat.
Chad's doing my job way more than.
I mean, you can still give it to Damu. He doesn't have bardic inspiration yet. Speaking of Damu, 'tis your turn, Squire.
I hear it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this thing on?
I'm going to move back to where I was.
Just so you know, I'm out of potions. I used the last one on you, buddy.
Oh boy! Don't tell me that.
I'll burn this whole damn ship down.
At this point, it might not be a bad idea. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing.
Ooh.
You do have DM inspiration if you want to use it.
DM Inspiration gives you advantage on saving throws, attacks, and ability checks. So in case of Prayer of Healing, it wouldn't actually do much, but you do have it for future reference.
All right, so all 4 of us get 14 healing.
That's true.
Oh shit! Rolling the big guns.
Divine light emanates in a sort of sphere, just right, just kind of emanates out in a sphere from Damu, engulfing his teammates in the warm healing magics. Everybody regains 14 hit points.
If it goes over our max, does that mean temporary hit points?
No,
Or?
you're just healed
Okay.
to full.
All right, well.
It would be cool, but no. In fact, that actually gives me an idea for a magic item. Maybe like
That's
an
pretty-
amulet of.
You're welcome, guys.
An amulet of overflow, we'll call it. That'd be cool. Any healing beyond max turns into temporary hit points. That'd be kind of cool.
After casting Prayer of Healing, I
should
took off.
I'm actually gonna write that down so I don't forget about it.
And I yelled as I took up. Sorry, I'm lagging something fierce. I yell as I take off. I'm heading to the top deck.
Okay. Damu takes off running. You were actually within range of him, so you're gonna. Do you want to move? You're within range of the ghosts for him to make an opportunity attack against you if you run away. I'm just saying you would know that as your character.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I will make a sentinel attack at the ghost.
He was going to try and withering touch at Damu. He critically fails.
Yay!
23 to hit.
23 will hit.
For 8.
Rack 357, thank you for the follow. Welcome into the world of the Osrynn Tales. How much damage was that on the ghost again?
8.
8 hit points. Arr.
I've never had sentinel before, but it is my new favorite thing.
The ghost sort of shifts in an ethereal manner so that his hand is covering where you just stabbed. You notice ectoplasm start to ooze out of the ghostly wound.
I'm going to taunt the ghost. You haven't even touched me yet.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
That's gonna bring us up
Yeah.
to Rowan's turn.
Look, I got the best chance of survival of anyone on our squad right now, so that's why I'm trying to taunt the ghost.
All right. Could I give Reshi inspiration here?
Yeah, I don't.
I have inspiration from Chatty Cakes.
Okay, I didn't see it on your thingamajigger.
No, I
Activate
forgot to put it back up.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Making sure. Okay. Let's see here. Where am I at on the board? I'm like way over here. How far can I get?
The
Which one
music
of these
died
games?
for me.
Which one of these damn things tells me how far? Okay, there we go. So how far can I go?
I believe you have 30 feet of movement.
Yay.
Well, you didn't stand up last turn, so you just have to stand
Is that
up.
Oh man.
Half your
Okay.
movement, so you can go 15 feet from where you are.
Okay,
You're
that's
standing up.
totally fine. That's not a big deal. I want to run over to here.
Yep. Yeah, remember Reshi and Genie, you guys are actually below this floor. You're in the darker gray area.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide behind this
pillar.
pole thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
one
back
of the
here.
mast poles.
Okay, cool. And I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on my my previous
Possessor?
Roommate?
yeah, my Airbnb, my Mr. Airbnb over here.
Airbnb.
I'm gonna hit him up with some Vicious Mockery. I'm just while I'm hiding behind my thing here. I'm gonna tell him a really bad ghost joke. Who did the scary ghost fight to any old friend he can dig up?
See what happens.
And then I call him a bitch because I actually have to like mock him. But yeah,
He turns around again, his face is sort of body still facing Reshi, face facing you. He just says, "Arr! I've heard that one so many times. It's terrible. Call yourself a bard?" He just like grabs his head. So bad. As he takes 5 psychic damage.
I hit him, guys.
Success.
It's now the ghost's turn. The ghost's face again morphs back to face Reshi.
What?
Or sorry, not Reshi. Sift. My B, y'all. I'll be. God damn it! I cannot roll a 6 on a D6.
What a shame.
Guys, that beast that was in the cave somehow showed back up got on the boat with us. How did you get on the boat?
It's a very
Yeah.
lovely beast.
Get out of here. Random ass just animal. Sorry.
It's like you have this aura. You constantly attract beasts like that.
I know.
Alright, we're gonna YOLO it. He's just gonna say, in response to you saying that you haven't touched him, he hasn't touched you yet. He's just gonna say, "Hey, of course, lass. I was saving you for last." And he's gonna crit fail. God, fucking damn it!
What? Is that the best you got? I'm just taunting the ghost, not the DM. Please don't kill me.
How do I crit fail so many times
I don't
in a
know.
row?
Sometimes the dice are with you, sometimes they aren't.
They're never with me. They're
Tonight the dice
never-
have been with me.
Never with. He is going to fly straight up and through the deck of the ship. So you can make an opportunity attack against him, Sift.
All right. How about a 14?
Hold on, I'm messing around with stuff you get. Let's see.
That beast has incredible strength.
I had to appease her for a moment so she'll ultimately get bored with me and go away.
Is it a 15 to attack him?
Yes.
That will hit.
Or 14.
Ooh. You do not destroy the ghost. It is going to fly straight up through the decks of the ship using its incorporeal movement. 20 feet to get there. It will then continue up 20 more feet. Grab a wing. 2 on the wing, so you know that it's 20 feet from that particular ship. All right. Ghost starts to retreat from the combat. That will bring us up to Sift.
All right. You're not getting away from me that easy. All right, so I got enough to get upstairs then.
25.
I'm going to go up to the deck here. It's 25 to the stairs.
Yeah, the stairs are actually like in this square. There's like a door right to the right of the set of stairs here.
So I would get to the door there.
30 feet. You can
Yep.
double move from. Take that all the way up
Can
to
I
the-
see the ghost captain at all?
Yeah, he's hovering 20 feet above this level here.
I'm going to yell at the top of my lungs, "You're not getting away that easy." And I'm going to fire an eldritch blast at him. That being said, I want this eldritch blast, if it does hit, to look like I just chucked the lance at him.
Very cool. Very cool.
18 plus 6. I think that's probably going to hit.
That hits. Yes.
And that's a D10. 1. I hit for 1.
You hit it for 1 damage.
Just 1.
Only 1. Your ethereal warlock magic summoned lance.
To be fair, I'm
flies-
chucking this 120 feet.
flies forward. 120 feet? Ah, it's
120 feet is the range.
like maybe 50 feet.
Okay, 50 feet.
Flies forth. I don't know what color. It's like a greenish color.
Yeah, ghoulish green.
Streaks forth across the deck of the ship, impaling the ghost center mass as it lets out a terrifying shriek. As its scream fades, so does he.
You're shitting me.
He had one motherfucking hit point
Oh
left,
my
dude.
god.
Wow.
He had 15. Your OA hit him for 14.
Best day
Oh
ever.
my god.
We'll add him to the pile of the damned for now.
Holy
Sift,
shit.
Sift, you're the only one who sees this. But you kind of like look up in awe. You kind of see out the corner of your eye. It draws your attention. So remember, this ship has 3 masts, 3 giant sails, and behind each of those sails is 6 ghosts in like 2 rows of 3, like one on top of each other. And they're like screaming silently. Like you guys as mortals can't hear it, but you can see faces just scrunched up in agony, just constantly screaming. And this eternal wail is what powers the ship forward. As the captain dissipates into the air, as you lance him with your Eldritch Blast lance, you also see the ghosts, one by one, just dissolving into nothingness.
Oh, that's not good.
As that happens, you kind of feel a lurch in the ship. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw one last time for me.
Natural 20.
Oh, baby. 16.
Oh, I need to gild these dice. They're doing fantastic.
16.
Funnily enough, it's the monk is the only one. This ship was traveling at a pretty good clip, you know, 3 or 4 miles an hour. It stops dead, just bam, on a dime. It just stops. Genie, you're behind a mast. Damu, you're close enough to grab on to like the door frame of that door you're next to. Same thing for Sift. You're in a doorway. You grab onto the door frame as this lurches Reshi just 10 feet, fly right towards the bow of the ship. You're knocked prone. You don't take any damage. You're knocked prone as this ship is dead still, floating 20 feet above the surface of the ocean. This whole combat taken maybe a couple of minutes at the most. You guys are still maybe at the most 20 minutes, half an hour tops into a 2.5-day journey on this boat to the giant skull that is Drazan's lair. Your ship is now just dead in the air, not moving. And while you guys think of how to handle that, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, everybody. Use the bathroom and all that goodness. And also give our fanciful heroes a few minutes to think about what they're going to do now that the ship ain't moving. All right, welcome back, everybody. Let me minimize that. All right, we're still waiting on Reshi and Genie, but as we're waiting here, San and Abstracto started talking, so I figured might as well do it all on camera.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly surprised. I'm pretty sure we should have died, and we are incredibly lucky, or our GM just doesn't want to kill us yet.
I at least expected the ship to fall, but I
Question
don't know.
to the
Being
DM,
stuck in the air is almost more
Is the
devastating.
ship in the air floating at a steady clip right now? Like it's not descending
it
at all,
lurched-
or is
it
it
lurched.
slowly descending?
It lurched to a stop in its horizontal movement. So you're no longer making progress towards the giant skull. As far as vertical movement, it seems to be holding steady. It seems like there is still some sort of magic in this ship, holding it aloft 20 feet above the surface of the ocean. But since the ghosts screaming into the sails are gone, it's no longer moving forward. Welcome back, Genie, my friend.
Thank you.
We're just discussing. Sam was asking about the status of the ship, and I was saying it is currently floating at a dead stop 20 feet above the surface of the ocean. It does not seem like it's sinking.
I mean, at least it's still floating.
Yeah, it's still floating. You're not moving forward. It seems as though as the ghosts are gone from behind the sails, it's no longer moving forward. Still seems as though there's some latent magic in the ship, kind of holding it aloft. You also see the holes in the deck and in the hull of the ship. Those holes that are patched with ectoplasmic planks of wood, those are still patched over too. Like the ghostly planks holding the ship together is still, those are all still present as well. So the ship, like, if you remember the couple of times that I've described this ship in full, this ship at one point was cracked in half through the middle of the ship, laterally. I think that's the right term. So, like, basically, I'm just gonna move Rowan here. Like, Rowan here, Reshi here. You guys would be standing on either side of the crack right now. Like, it went straight through the middle of the ship, and the ship is being held together by ghost planks, basically. The ship is still being held together, so there's still some latent magic holding it aloft, holding it together, but you're not moving forward towards your destination anymore.
We're above water, correct?
You're 20 feet above the surface of the water. You can see, I don't know where you guys are. Sift, you're on the top deck, so anybody who's on the top deck at this point, you would be able to see at the very top of the cliffs to your left, so to your west, you can see the very top of the cliffs, sunlight starting to hit the top of the cliffs. It is dawn, currently. As the sun rises in the east, you'll see the sunlight on the western canyon wall, start to move down as the sun gets overhead, yada, yada, yada. You guys have been up all night long. You've been fighting. You're tired. At this point, since you haven't had a long rest last night, and it has been over 24 hours since your last long rest, you guys now have one level of exhaustion, which if you decide to take a long rest right now will go away. But I just want to let you guys know that currently, if you were to continue to, like, do stuff, you would have one level of exhaustion. But yeah, as dawn breaks in the western hemisphere of Osrynn, the ghosts going away from the ship.
Here's the problem, guys. We sent that crew over there to go fight. And we're supposed to be there at a particular time. If we hang out here, we've got to figure out what's powering the damn ship. Because I mean, if it was just flat out just the ghost, then we might have goofed. But I think we're still floating because there's something else on the ship that's keeping this thing moving. Is there, like, I don't look.
Can we all meet on the deck for the moment?
Yeah.
Let's meet at the helm.
Just table me.
I know
So
this
the
is
ship is still moving then?
well, it's
No.
Or no,
floating.
it stopped,
It's
but
not-
we're there's something still keeping it afloat?
yeah.
Yes.
It's like, I if we explore the ship, would we find this?
Guys,
Settling?
I don't know much about all this stuff, but is there like a trinket or an amulet? Look, I've always heard that there's always some kind of like magic thing that does weird shit.
You
Is
got
this-
me. I got no idea. I've never dealt with ghost ships before.
Well, I don't.
Also, are you okay, or am I gonna have to beat your ass again?
Oh, I'm
I
good.
think it's
I'm
okay. I
good.
think it's okay.
I'm good. I don't even know. What do you mean? I'm fine. I'm fine. Look, hey, can I grab the wheel of the captain? Can I just spin that mother? Can I just give it a good twirl?
Oh, 1 second. Reload. Yeah, you can spin the wheel.
I'm gonna spin the wheel. I'm gonna yell, "I'm the captain now!"
I'm the captain now.
I am captain now.
You spin the wheel.
What happened?
The wheel spins.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm out of ideas, guys. That was all I got.
Are there any rowboats or anything that we could?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where I'm going with it. Rowboats seems the way to. Good call.
Guys, we got a perfectly good ghost ship. We can't just hop off of it.
It's not moving. I
Can-
think a rowboat.
Look, Rowan. I know
Can I
nothing
yell
about
off the
this shit.
side of? Can I yell off the side of the boat in Aquan? Hello, can anybody hear me?
Hello,
you can.
Hello, hello.
You can definitely.
Okay, that's what I do then. Let me know if I get a response.
Few
Look,
minutes.
I
A minute goes by. You don't hear any response. You don't see anything in the water. Anything like that.
I had a being inside me, and I don't usually do that unless I'm getting paid very, very well. So as far as I'm concerned, we're keeping this damn ship. Can I go over here to these guys and spin one of these? Can I just start running it in circles, see if it? Because there were skellies on it.
There were. Right.
Can I start? Can I start running through this thing?
I'll mimic his
yeah.
actions and do it on the left side over here.
So wait, no rowboats though.
Does not seem as there are any lifeboats on this ship. No. Okay, you guys start cranking those things. You guys give me a perception check.
Oh. Perception, right?
Yes.
Everybody or just them?
Just those two.
Flat 20.
Okay.
I got a 15.
15 and 20. Yeah, it's good enough. You guys start to realize those I may have slipped up in my description last week. Those skeletons weren't just going clockwise. They would at times turn and go counterclockwise. It seems that though there's some like mechanism that this is attached to. These things are tightening as you guys are going clockwise. They tighten and tighten and tighten the what is it called? The rigging on the sails. So currently, like you are pulling the sails really, really taut right now. It seems that
Okay.
has something to do with like
Is there
like
any-
managing acceleration and speed. With
Is there
the
any
ship.
breeze at all?
That's what I was wondering.
There is currently not. You are in not
For lack of a better
overly
term, dead
narrow.
waters?
You're not. Well, see, the thing is, let's go take you back to the.
We're floating about 20 feet above the water.
You're floating about 20 feet above the water, but you're also in.
A cove.
In this.
Still.
Yeah. So again,
We didn't get very far.
this map isn't drawn like specifically to scale. It's not super narrow, but you still are in this area down here where it is the most narrow. There's not too much wind because there's still high cliffs, probably a good 50 feet on either side, like to either side of you. It was probably like, I don't know, 100, 120 feet wide where you are right now. It's getting wider and wider. You would think the wind would probably pick up, but right now, I mean, the cliffs
we can-
again are like 150 feet tall.
We can
above
see
you.
we can see land around us then.
Oh yeah, you can see the cliffs to either side of you are about 150 feet tall. So it would be like if you jumped out of the ship and swam over, it would be a very difficult and long climb to get to the top of the cliffs right now.
Okay.
Immediately around you, there's like, again, you're about half an hour away. So you're about like 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from the docks. So it would be like 1.5 miles, 2 mile swim back to the docks.
Well, I'm glad we goofed this up before
which
we got
had-
way away from the.
Right.
which had paths leading back up. Currently, there are no paths leading up the cliffs. So if you guys think you can swim 2 miles, good luck.
I mean, to be fair, one of us is literally an aquatic.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just saying.
Your aquatic friend seems to have a feline familiar, and felines don't like water.
Damn it. Damn it, feline. See, there's a lot of stowaway creatures on this boat.
There are.
If you look carefully, there are some small human children running about too.
That's also true. But they're ghosts. They don't count.
They don't count.
Well, I'm stumped. My idea was to grab enough materials here to make a makeshift raft and kind of sail back to the dock. Because I don't know shit about ghost ships, and I'm not a particularly good sailor. I've seen it done, because I've been on boats, but that's about it.
Same here.
I'm telling you guys, there's something on this ship that will get us back moving. We just let's do this.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a nap, so I'm gonna go to Captain's Corners. Enjoy the nice, comfy bed. I'll see you in a while.
Does the period of time where I was knocked the hell out, does that count as a rest for me?
No. Not even close.
Damn it. I tried.
You let me know when you find something.
Okay.
So yeah, San, you go to the captain's quarters. You find that nice, comfortable, I guess, bed.
More comfortable than laying on the floor.
I mean, maybe the mattress is pretty much deteriorated. The bed frame itself is like a bunch of wooden slats, all one slat width apart. You know, if you ever seen like those kinds of bed frames, it's like wooden slat, gap, wooden slab, gap, kind of thing.
The comfiest of beds.
So
ghost bed.
yeah, you know, if you think that's
Ghost
fun.
beds.
The bed itself, some of the planks in the frame of the bed look at least cracked, maybe not fully broken the whole way through. This ship looks messed up. In fact, that bed actually doesn't even look like where it was supposed to be. The bed looks like it was supposed to be kind of like in the middle of the far wall across from the doorway. It is pushed up against the side of the wall. Seemingly hasn't been really moved or repaired since the ship crashed in the first place.
Well,
I mean, like, could I bust a part of the ship up to make a raft? Like, is that possible?
I mean, it is a big ship.
there's probably enough deck boards to make this
Yeah,
work.
we could definitely make something,
Would that be
couldn't we?
allowable, Foulsham? Like, do you think that's possible?
It would be possible, but it would be very difficult. I don't think anybody has any.
Like nails or anything?
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily a thing. It's like, does anybody have like woodworkers tools proficiencies? Like, does anybody know how to build a boat?
I have thieves' tools, I have dice games, and I have cooking tools. So
Yeah, like I don't think Reshi knows how to make a boat. Like that's the thing, right? It's not necessarily your access to stuff to make it. It would be your skill and tools that you have to actually try and make it. Now, proficiency in a tool set doesn't necessarily like it doesn't. How do I describe this? You don't need proficiency in a tool set to use those tools and attempt to make something. It just means that you're knowledgeable and better at it than someone who has no idea what they're doing. So,
I don't think this is play, guys. I don't think jumping off the ship and trying to huff it back to the shore is the play.
So yeah, like it would be an improbable move. Like you would know it's a long shot. But there's enough loose planks, nails. There's probably, hammers and saws somewhere in the cargo hold that you could find. It would be a difficult check and you'd be making it a disadvantage, but you could definitely try. Like, it's definitely something you can try. It's not a flat out, no, it's impossible. But currently, Sift is the only one who's taking a rest as far as I know. So if you guys decide to work through the day, remember you guys are exhausted. All of your skill checks will be made at disadvantage. So if you try and make a raft, well, I guess it's already going to be at disadvantage because you don't know how to do it. But other skill checks and stuff like climbing up, like if you jump into the water and try to climb the cliff, while you guys are exhausted, that'll be made at disadvantage. Like you guys are tired. You've been up for 25 hours.
Yeah.
So we have to rest basically. Unless someone wants to
that was a
explore
lot.
the ship. I mean,
That was a lot. I'm willing to. We can take a. How long do you guys want to rest here?
We could
Like
do a
a
long rest.
Long
I mean,
rest
it doesn't
is
seem
8
like
hours.
Yeah.
I'll do a long rest.
It doesn't seem like we're sinking, right?
No,
We're not
We're
going
staying
anywhere.
consistent.
Yeah, we're sitting here.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
like
we sleep on it. Let's sleep on this real quick, and then we get up and we'll do a little hunting around the ship. Because I think we haven't really looked at the ship any. We've just been we pop.
right.
You guys popped out of boxes and immediately started murdering everything. All right.
Right, exactly.
We're running around like a Benny Hill skit, so we don't really actually know anything about the ship at all. So let's
Let's do it.
So you guys
we're here to take a nap on a ship that we don't know anything about, but I say we take a little poo.
Before we take our long rest, let's
Yes.
do a quick roll over the ship to make sure it's just us and it's not occupied by anything that's going to try and kill us while we're sleeping.
Yeah, that's kind of, I was alluding to that a little bit, that I was like, we don't really know much about it, but we can take a little, fiesta.
Since you're working together as a group to do this, I'll let the disadvantage slide and you guys can make regular attacks, or not attacks, sorry.
I was about to say, well, wait a minute now.
My bad. Yeah, sorry. I've been up a really long time IRL. I may be suffering exhaustion in my speaky voice box area. You guys can make. I'm basically giving you advantage on these investigation checks, which cancels out the disadvantage you have from exhaustion.
Investigation or perception? Sorry. just roll
Investigation.
perception.
Investigation. Am I any good at that? Probably not.
I'm really
Oh
bad.
no,
at it.
I'm okay.
So
+2.
It's kind of difficult to suss the difference between the two. Perception is what you see, hear, and smell, taste, and touch, like physical senses. Investigation is like opening drawers, looking for hiding spots, like that kind of stuff. Like it uses your physical senses, but there's it's more directed, if that makes sense. Like there's more of intent and purpose. It's not just you standing there like, what can I see in this immediate moment? It's
Gotcha.
rummaging through stuff, looking for hidden compartments and whatnot. So
My
14
investigation was higher than my perception,
Hell
so
yeah.
I'm cool with that.
14, 7, a 10, and an 11. As far as you guys know, this ship is empty. You guys, if you wish, there's piles of skeleton bones hanging out, puddles of ectoplasm, but other than that, ship seems to be empty.
Ship shape? Ship shape for a nap?
Yeah.
I want to go.
Is
Can I go?
comfortable with a nap.
I need to pick my candle back up.
Sure.
Stupid ghost drop my candle.
You find your candle.
So
Awesome.
if I long rest, will that bring back my key and my health?
Yeah. If you guys complete a long rest, unabated, you'll be back up to full with everything. I don't think you guys have used any hit dice or anything, so
I need those too. I need
speaking of which, grab my dice here so I can make actual hidden rolls. I'm gonna grab a different die than I normally use.
Making me feel
That
like something's
die
gonna pop
fucking-
out.
Fucking betrays me all
It's possible.
It is
The
very
boat's gonna like
painful.
eat us or something.
the Very interesting.
Or a kraken comes up out of the water and grabs the ship.
No. No, I don't like that idea.
Just say it's in the realm of possibility.
Don't put that juju on us.
It's,
He's grabbing his dice. Like I'm like, okay, what are we grabbing dice for? We're taking a long rest. I don't
every
know.
time you rest, I gotta roll to see if any random encounters happen and
Making me
interrupt your
scared.
rest and stop you from resting.
Thank you, Foulsham. Thank you.
It's the early morning. It's just past the summer solstice. The year is 4991 now. New Year's is on the summer solstice. It's the midsummer, warm, humid summer morning in this swampy part of the world. You're basically like in Florida right now. Just to give you like Florida.
I want to
In
be
August.
here even less now.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you're like in Florida mid-August right now. The sun rises high in the sky as you guys take your rest. Lighting up the fjord that you're in, the little cove that you're in. The sun crosses the open sky above you and starts to disappear behind the western ridge, casting your boat in shadow once more. It is now slightly past noon. You guys wake up from your rest, refreshed, no longer exhausted, full HP. You got all your spell slots back. You have all your ki back, all of your resources back as you wake up on the ghost ship. I would like, as you guys wake up, I would like you guys make a perception check.
Oh fuck.
Perception. Oh, good old 4 there, buddy. I ain't seeing shit. I'm okay with having bad rolls now because in combat it
Right?
worked out.
I'm the opposite. Like I roll I roll out of like weird situations really well, but like when it comes to like, oh, I needed to not get possessed right here, I roll like a 2.
Okay. So it'll only be Rowan and Damu. I would now like the two of you to make nature checks. You see, you hear a soft buzzing in the distance above you, and you can kind of see some forms flitting around. But you can't quite tell. With a 4 and an 8, you can't quite tell what it is.
Can I use my inspiration here and re-roll that?
I mean, you can. You have bardic inspiration. You could add bardic inspiration to your roll. You could roll a d6 and add it.
So, all right, cool.
If you wish.
Nice.
Oh, well, with a 10, things are a little different.
Nice.
Rowan, you look up took a nap on the deck of the ship, or maybe you have come to the deck of the ship. You kind of looking around, you gauge what time of the day it is. You hear a soft buzzing, and you see these shadowy. They're not shadowy in the sense like they are actual shadows, but like shadowy in the sense of like against the bright blue sky above you, right? They're kind of silhouetted against that, right? These forms, you can tell they've got sort of translucent-ish bat-shaped wings.
Oh, no.
And weird, small, kind of spherical heads with like a really long needle-like proboscis.
I don't like it.
Coming out
Oh
of
dear
their heads.
God, get inside.
I don't like it.
You can also tell they haven't quite taken notice of you. They're flying a good 75 feet above you right now. With a 10 in nature, these are fairly common pests in this area. They're called sturges. For those who don't know what a sturge is, in the book they're a little smaller than they are in my world. In my world, they're about the size of a golden retriever.
Oh God.
They are basically mosquitoes with bat wings and little crab claws on the end of each of their 6 legs.
No.
And their proboscis, like their needle-like mouth, is about 2 feet long.
Nope.
Hit the
Nope.
deck. Hit the
Nope.
deck.
There's like a
Nope.
swarm of about 12 to 16 of them. You can't quite count. They're swarming around. They're flying around. They're like about 75 feet above you. Again, they haven't taken notice of you. You've noticed them. But yeah, they're nasty little creatures. Again, you know what they are, man. They're like, if they'll attach to you with their little crab claws. Like they'll latch onto you and just drain you for everything you have, like all of the blood inside your body. In fact, north of where you guys are, in the human country of Aelin, the southernmost province of Aelin is called Raven's Blood Hollow, and it got its name when the human explorers reached that area and just saw a bunch of dead ravens, just mummified, desiccated husks of ravens. Think of like an empty Capri Sun.
Oh my God.
But a raven's body, because the sturges feed on these ravens primarily. They'll feed on birds and other flying things. But they'll do any warm-blooded creature. So they'll attack dogs, they'll attack people, they'll attack, whatever. But the city of Ravensblood Hollow, the city of Ravensblood and the province of Ravensblood Hollow got its name because there was just hundreds of dead ravens just all over the place when they first got there due to sturge attacks. So yeah, they're nasty little creatures. Annoying. Probably have malaria and dengue fever in them. Maybe. Probably. But yeah, like I said, they're 75 feet above you. They don't notice you yet, but you see them. I think the rest of the team is probably still below decks. Or if they're above decks, you guys haven't noticed this.
I'm going below deck.
Damu, you hear it, but you like can't quite make out what they are.
What do I do here? I mean, the easy thing is for me to just go under the deck and not stir any shit. But okay, all right. We haven't rested, have we?
You have rested. You're fully rested.
We have rested. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fun. I mean, communicating with these things serves us no purpose. So I'm gonna like ease
Oh.
down the deck.
Okay. Yeah, you would first of all you would need something like speak with animals to try and talk to them anyway. They're not intelligent creatures, they're beasts. They're about as smart as a real world mosquito. Like
Let's go ahead and
giant fucking bugs, basically.
Yeah.
All right. It sounds like you guys are hiding below decks.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's probably what we're gonna do here.
But if we
Right,
didn't
guys?
get warned, then we couldn't be hiding, right? Like you'd have to like let us know.
If we couldn't do what?
Like if you didn't let us know, then how would the rest of us know?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm still in
Jeannie,
the
are you gonna
captain's
tell everybody
quarters.
else what's going on?
So guys, strange thing. All right. There's like, it's hard to explain. Something about bugs. Social distancing. I was told, look, something. I just got a vibe. We're gonna stay inside. Let's just all just hashtag stay inside for just a little while. Is that? Can we do that while the I don't. There's a buzzy buzz. You can probably hear the buzzy buzz. I ain't trying to get stuck. I ain't trying to get sucked. I ain't trying to look like a Capri Sun. All right. So
You get paid good money for sucking.
Oh my goodness.
look, I've already been knocked out once today. I really don't. So we're gonna hang out down here, be chill, and not talk a whole bunch. I'm gonna go hang out over here and just kind of play with my deck of cards in my entertainers pack.
All right. As you guys start to play cards and kind of hunker in place, since you guys are below decks, give me stealth rolls with advantage.
How do you do that with advantage though?
You click on advantage in that tab, the advantage, normal, disadvantage. You'll
Do you
click over
have that
advantage
on
and then throw it out there.
I don't. Oh, I did.
So yeah, at the
self-
top of your
under
character
advantage.
sheet, like right above your initiative, where it says advantage, normal, disadvantage, you click on advantage, so it's red, and then you click on the stealth in the.
I'm good.
list.
Are we just doing stealth, right? Standard
Yep.
Oh,
stealth.
gotcha.
Stealth, but with advantage.
Good, because that first roll sucks.
23.
Ooh, and the second roll sucks worse. How about 9?
9.
I was 7.
I rolled a 20 and an 18.
Since the rest of the party, I'm gonna be nice here. Since the rest of the party beat the DC by at least 5 or more, I'm gonna say that even though Sift didn't make the actual stealth check, I'm gonna say that the Sturges do not notice you. They end up leaving the vicinity after like an hour or two. So you have probably about just a couple hours before sunset. You've spent almost a full day,
Ugh.
like a full daylight section of daytime, on this ship now.
All right, well, let's look around and see if we can find anything to get this thing moving.
We still haven't moved then, I assume.
Nope.
Because the wind. Okay.
No, we're still under.
You've not moved a single inch forward or down or any direction in the 3D space that you inhabit in this world.
All right, can I head to the captain's quarters?
Sure.
All right, is that right here?
Yeah, it's somewhere around there.
Okay.
We'll just
can
theater
I
of the mind it, because messing with the different layers of this map is a pain in the dick.
can I investigate the room, see if there's any like trinkets or anything
Sure.
shiny gold, anything interesting.
Yeah, sure. Give me an investigation check to check that.
Oh, not advantage. Sorry.
No worries. So a 7. This place is definitely worse for wear. Like I was saying, the bed got tossed up against the wall when the ship crashed, and it was in kind of disrepair. You
It's just
see
easier
some of
for me to
the.
find things.
You see that some of the there's like a desk that was like built into the room, so the desk didn't move, but like some of the drawers fell out completely, spilling like parchment, and you can see there's some shattered bottles of ink. The ink is now, honestly, it's not even like that black, because at one point you could tell that this part of the ship was underwater. So you can still see like shattered ink bottles, but no like deep set in stains of ink or anything like that. Waterlogged parchment. You see like a waterlogged map that's sort of like half faded. But you don't find any like precious trinkets or secret compartments or anything like that. You see like a chest that kind of cracked open. That's got a nice captain's like jacket in it. But again, it's like water damaged. But it's like one of those like red leather with like big black cuffs and a big black collar on it, with like nice silver buttons on it that's got like octopus carved into each button. But yeah, again, it's water damaged. And that's about all you find on with a 7. It's a bunch of water damaged captain's stuff,
Well, that's no good.
and the room is basically a wreck because this ship had at one point crashed and was dashed upon the rocks of this cove.
May I investigate the captain's quarters?
I'll say if anybody else wants to investigate and help Damu, we'll say just you can make one check, one more check. I'll let it be with advantage if someone else wants to help Damu.
Yeah,
I was going to use my
was already
DM
in here.
inspiration. Can I use my DM inspiration on this?
You can if no one else wants to help you. Otherwise, you can hold on to it and just get assisted by somebody.
I feel like we're
Okay.
fucked in the water, honestly.
I just want to avoid the whole like Damu checks. Damu didn't find anything. Well, now I want to check. I want to just kind of avoid that. Just like whatever we find here, to kind of speed things along. With a 12, with a 12, you search. There's like the chest in there. But it's a pretty bland looking chest. There's no false bottom in it or anything. But as you're checking over the desk once more, you do find a hidden drawer. So like the top right hand drawer, you pull it out, right? And then you reach in and then up, and then like there's like a little latch that you feel, and when you spring the latch, a small circular medallion falls into your hand. It's a small circular medallion. It's made out of you think either silver or some sort of silvery kind of metal.
Right back.
And it's on a silver chain. The medallion.
Roll to figure out what it is.
Sure. Make an Arcana check or a history check. Yeah, Arcana or history should be.
Can I assist him for Arcana?
Sure.
I have a 0 on both Arcana and History. Maybe somebody else should check it.
I also have a 0, but the best I can do is give you assistance.
I have a 4.
On Arcana?
Mhm.
All right, let's have Rowan check it.
All right, let me check it.
Okay, so 13. Damu hands you this circular medallion. It's maybe. What's a good? Trying to think of like a reference size for it. It would probably fit nicely in the palm of your hand, just a little bit smaller than the palm of your hand. So it's a fairly good size, like maybe 1 3/4 inch, 2 inches in diameter. The outside of it, around the circumference of the circle, looks like rope, like heavy hempen rope, like the rigging on a ship. And much like the buttons on the jacket, the captain's jacket that you found, there's a very, even more ornate than the buttons because there's a lot more space. You see the head of an octopus and then its legs curling up around. There's only 4 legs. You know, it's not a full 8-legged octopus, but they're curling like up. You know, kind of around the head of this octopus. It's more, you know, an artistic take on an octopus than like a real thing. But with the 13 in Arcana, you do detect a very, very faint trace of magic on this. You're not exactly sure what the magic is. Nautical themed. Maybe it's a talisman of water breathing. Maybe it's a talisman of water walking. Maybe it turns you into an octopus. Maybe it's, who knows, right? But you do detect that there is some amount of magic in it. In fact,
All right, can I do a history check with my DM inspiration?
yeah, you can.
All right, what would I roll for the DM inspiration, assuming that this isn't
Just
going to be a
advantage.
good roll?
It's just advantage on a history check.
Oh, okay. Beep.
With 17. Okay, so you guys put your heads together with this. You know, with your history of being an islander yourself, you come from the Dragonspine Islands. You've maybe not personally, but definitely culturally have run amok of pirates in the past. You know, you've definitely heard stories, again, if not personally met a pirate. This talisman was definitely the captains of the ship. And it probably was some protective thing. In fact, Genie, is part of your Arcana check. You can see a faint sort of royal blue kind of glow to it. Very, very faint. It's very, very weak magic currently. But royal blue is generally the color of abjuration magic, which is protective. So whereas evocation has to do with damage, healing it, and dealing damage, abjuration is like the preventative stuff. So spells like shield or shield of faith, those are abjurative spells, right? Other schools of magic that you are familiar with are like illusions, enchantments, necromancy, right? So there's like 8 schools of magic. This one just happens to be enchanted with protective abjuration. You're not sure of its function. You don't know like what it was protecting. You don't know if it's like a brooch of shielding, which is a fairly common magic item, which protects you by casting the shield spell. But yeah, something to do with the ship's captain, nautical theme, and abjurative magic.
Well, we could always tie a rope around somebody, put the medallion around their neck, and then toss them over the side of the ship.
I dislike this plan because
I-
I'm probably the one that get thrown over.
I love it.
Just saying, is see if they find out if it helps them breathe underwater. Although that would only help the one person. So that probably is a bad idea. Never mind.
What was in the crates they brought on board? Let's check them.
Not even gonna have you roll a check for that. That literally just involves opening the crates and looking inside of them. There's nobody here to like stop you. So you go down to the cargo hold. You look at some of the other crates that they loaded on board. And you see quickly look something up here. Sorry, I don't have this memorized.
I wonder if it'd make a difference if Rowan dressed up as the captain.
You guys are kind of appalled, actually, at what you find in some of these crates. Some of them are food. Presumably, you know, goblins, bugbears, and Drazan gotta eat, right? So some of the crates, there's foodstuffs, non-perishables, to be precise. But in some of the other crates, y'all probably aren't gonna like to hear this. But you find packages of like waxed parchment paper, with twine string tying them in the bow. When you open these packages, at first you're like, oh, it's like a nice cut of pork. Then you realize that's not pork. That's humanoid flesh. You keep digging. You find boxes of powdered bones and vials of blood. Y'all can, if you want to, like, tell me who's assisting who or whatever, Arcana or Religion checks to see, like, what this stuff is all about.
I don't know what you guys look like. My Arcana's still okay. I am completely devout of any kind of religion, so there's no way you're gonna get anything out of me on that check.
I have 0 on both.
I have a
What are we
2 in
checking for
religion.
again? Religion?
Religion or Arcana.
Yeah, I got fuck all in either, so go for it.
All right, so I guess I'm gonna roll Arcana again.
So, okay, so you're making a flat Arcana roll. Doesn't sound like anybody's helping you, and is Dom, you're making a flat Religion roll. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yup.
Okay. Toss them bones. No pun intended.
Bad roll.
Oh, 20 in Religion. Hell
Oof.
yeah.
Keeping the faith.
Rowan? You,
When Merc works in mysterious ways.
Rowan works in mysterious ways, right? Let me
That's just the way it is.
quickly
It'd be
double
like
check.
that sometimes.
Right.
I've rolled the 7 so he could roll the 20. That's how this works.
Somebody had to take the hit roll, right?
Right.
I'm afraid to roll because I've rolled too well tonight thus far, meaning everything else I'm
Yeah,
gonna roll is
you
probably
know-
shit.
You're a worldly guy, Rowan, but this just isn't in your wheelhouse. This isn't.
Nope.
No amount of singing and poetry is gonna be able to do what this stuff is meant for. But
Magic tricks? No magic tricks?
clerics,
If I- nothing?
it's not see, that's the thing. It's not arcane magic related. It is
Oh.
divine based magic, oddly enough. You
Well.
have to remember, in a large pantheon of gods, not all of them are good. Some of them are the domains of death. Some, specifically the domains of undeath. And Damu, as a life cleric, you are not only well studied in protecting and preserving life, you're also, just by necessity, well studied in necromancy so that you can, like, prevent and reverse this shit. You know that these are the materials needed for animate dead, i.e., should you want to make skeletons and zombies work for you, and presumably various other undead, these are the materials you need to turn dead bodies into
I had a feeling.
undead
I had a feeling that was
servants.
I had a feeling that's where
There
this is going.
are crates of these things, like probably a good half dozen 1 meter by 1 meter, so like 3.5 by 3.5 by 3.5 foot crates. Just
So
crates of flesh, crates of bone dust, crates of blood.
based
all
on the
being-
amount of material, approximately how many people do you think would have died for this?
How many people would have died?
Well, and there's just
Whoa.
fucking cuts of flesh. I'm saying, like, are we talking
bring
small
back-
village? Are we talking city? Are we talking like
Well, you can tell that while it's Rinkind also includes orcs and goblins and stuff like that. It's not all elf, human, dwarf kind of stuff. Like, there's some orc flesh, there's some goblin flesh. It's just a scatter shot, right? You can even tell that there's some wildkin flesh. Like, there's some lizard folk flesh in there, you know, like some of the more animalistic races. But overall, yeah, probably a good sized village, at least, if not like bordering on a town. So again, these are just estimates. Aerodynamics of a cow situation, right? I don't know specifically how many people it would take if you harvested every bit of them, you know, to fill half a dozen crates, you know, two crates of each of these things: bone, dust, flesh, and blood. You know, probably, we'll just say, for shock value, 25 to 50 people, probably. Like, a lot. Like, they're packed in very tightly, like, very well organized boxes of materia here. Like, it's a grisly sight. Like, you know, a lot of people, dozens of people died for this material. And it could be used to make many, many more. Damu, on top of knowing what these materials are used for, you know, to cast Animate Dead one time, you need a drop of blood, a pinch of bone dust, and a small piece of flesh. Probably like an inch by an inch. Like, there is enough here to make so many undead. Let's see here.
Guys, this is just an idea.
Yeah.
I don't morally, maybe a little when we inevitably get this ship going, because I think we're gonna figure this out and get this ship going, right? I feel confident that we can get this ship going. When we get to this little brouhaha that we're on our way to, that's a lot of backup.
This is what I was thinking too.
I'm just saying.
You will also know that every time you cast it, it looks like you're only creating one thing at a time. I think.
Yeah, you can only create one at a time, and you can reassert
Unless
your
you cast
dominance
it
on
at
the next
higher
day.
levels. If you cast it at higher levels, it looks like you can create one more per level.
Are they? I don't know much about the undead guys.
So yeah, animate dead is a 3rd level spell.
I know a fair bit about the undead.
Not to mention, nobody actually knows how to cast that spell, correct?
Well, we
None
don't
of you
know.
guys, no.
Oh, well then nothing to talk about. Let's shut those boys up and leave them there for now. This is weird and gross. Kind of smells bad to me. I want to look around the rest of the ship for other things that potentially get the ship moving.
I've got an idea. Are there any pots or pans on the ship?
Sure.
Is there any amount of stone?
What you thinking, Gordon? What's going on here?
Stone? Probably not.
A non-flammable material.
Non-flammable material? Well, the skeletons had short swords.
Okay.
Also, bones I don't think burn, do they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, at incredibly high temperatures, but they do.
Well, I mean,
Well,
so iron burns at a great.
I'm gonna try and build something.
I'm try and
I
build
think this is
something?
gonna go poorly.
Oh, okay.
I want to build a small boiler, like a steam engine style boiler. Let's see if I can assemble it out of the pieces here.
Make an intelligence check to see if Sift would know what to make in this situation.
14.
14.
Do I have
So,
anything on just a raw intelligence
just
check, right?
raw intelligence.
Yeah, just 14.
14. Okay, what is involved in making a boiler?
Okay, so in making a boiler, you have to make a pressure vessel, and then you have to have a heat source underneath it to heat that, and then you need somewhere to relieve the pressure, to direct the steam. So basically,
candle.
the easy way to make it would be one pot on top of another pot, and then I would just bend a sword around it to make the pressure vessel, and then I would use another sword to poke a hole in the top of the pan, so that I would have an exhaust port for it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say it's gonna be difficult to do. Do you what sort of tools do you have available?
I don't have tools.
Don't have tools. Okay. Does anybody have blacksmithing tools?
I have a crowbar, an explorer's pack, and a short sword.
No. That's
Also darts.
Oh. Rowan or Damu, are you guys blacksmiths? Do you guys have blacksmithing tools?
Yeah, let me look real quick. No, I don't have no, I have nothing like that.
All right. You can attempt it. Sift is going to be an extremely difficult check.
I have a crowbar. Oh, here's a better question. Can I look around the ship for any form of tools before I attempt this?
I gotta tell you right now, there's no blacksmithing tools on this ship.
Okay.
There's
Well,
kind of inside knowledge. Jazan doesn't need blacksmithing tools for what he's doing, so there's none on this ship.
I just fuck it. I'm gonna try.
You can try. It's gonna be really hard. I mean, it's gonna be
a 19. I'm burning my bardic for this.
Oh my god. I'm gonna say it's a DC 25. If you get a 6 on this fucking bardic,
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Okay, let's not throw the dice behind the dice tray.
I'll also be nice and say it's probably strength, so brute force this.
That is a 6.
Hot diggity damn. Sometimes Timora is looking favorably upon you people, and I will not stand for these shenanigans. What are you doing with this boiler?
Okay.
You somehow invent a boiler in a world that barely has steam power stuff.
Oh, God.
in it.
I didn't expect this to work. I don't know what to do now. Okay, I want to use the crates to build kind of like a propeller, and then I want to direct the steam from the boiler onto the propeller, so that we can try and spin the propeller like a plane.
Oh my god! All right.
I don't think it's gonna work very well, but
I didn't use my bardic. Can I do anything with that to help?
You guys are breaking me right now.
We're breaking the DM, y'all.
I wasn't. I tried something. It worked,
Guys,
man.
okay, so you fucking like.
Remember that conversation, Jeff, that we had where you said you were prepared for thing A leads to thing B?
This was not on my list of things that I prepared for. Okay, so you make a propeller, presumably out of leftover short swords.
Okay. Yep.
You make your little thing. Now, just again, I don't want to be an asshole about this. Fucking lucking into this shenanigans here. You make your propeller, you make your little boiler. Now you're using just soup pots. It's not that big of a thing. You're not getting that much power out of it. Your propeller is spinning. The boat.
I doubt the boat's moving.
You think the boat might be moving? If it's moving, it's not even. It's probably moving at like 1 foot around at most.
Okay, well, I can't make another one, but we might be able to try and downsize the boat or make a smaller
Downsize the
boat that this might work.
Do you have shrink vessel? Is that a spell?
No, I don't have shrink vessel or anything like that. But like maybe we find some way to turn a crate into a boat. All right, we've already done the ridiculous shit of making a fucking boiler, so that'd be enough to get us moving.
Genie invents reduce ship as a spell.
I just invented a boiler out of pots, pans, and swords. Fucking anything's possible.
It's a wild and crazy world out there, folks. It's a wild and crazy world.
Holy shit.
Moving at this rate, it'll take you weeks to get there, but eventually you might get there.
I got nothing left, guys. That wasn't supposed to work.
So 60 feet an hour tops. You guys have over 100 miles to go.
It's gonna take us forever.
Also, the steam thing has to be powered by fire and water. So
yeah,
eventually you'll run out of fuel.
I don't think this.
Anyway, I'm gonna say,
can we look for a better option, guys?
We're getting close.
You know what? This is really cool that you did this thing, and I'm really proud of you.
I don't think it's actually useful. I don't think it's where we need to devote our resources to.
I don't want to be a complete asshole, so it is moving the ship. But yeah, it's very unfeasible in what you're doing. The size of the ship versus the power output.
The mom's
here.
like, "You did a good job, son. I'm really proud of you." Yeah.
It's not really that useful, but okay.
So I'm gonna pat him on the back. I'm just gonna put my hand on the back, and I'm just gonna not say a word, and I'm just gonna hand him my water skin. Hard stuff.
I'm gonna just fucking pound that. Just the biggest swig I can get.
And then we're both just gonna take a big old heavy sigh.
All right, I tried. And then we move on to the next thing.
Yeah. We're running pretty close to the end here, so that takes you the rest of the afternoon to do that. As the sun sets, as darkness comes for you once again. Rowan, I think you were the last one to hold the amulet. Is that correct? I think you were the last one to be investigating it.
Yeah.
You feel, I'm assuming it's maybe like in your pocket or something. You feel a sort of thrumming to it, a sort of like, it's not quite a vibration. It's really hard to, it's like an unearthly thing. Like you can't explain it, right? But it's sort of a thrumming that you feel in your pocket. And you pull it out. Now that it's dark outside, this thing is glowing brightly. And it's not just like it's like, you know, a flashlight during the daytime. Like, no, like this thing has more power at night than it does during the day. And as you look at this, a sort of silvery teal colored mist starts emanating from the little holes carved in where for the octopus's eyes. This mist billows forth. It fills a 6 foot tall, 3 foot by 3 foot wide sort of column, and you start to see from the bottom, like near the floor of the ship, a pair of boots forming in the mist.
Oh god.
Buckles,
Not gonna be good.
big folded over top. You know,
I'm holding
nice.
this thing.
Yeah, you're holding on to it.
Uh,
You can drop it if you want. Nothing's making
Yeah,
you hold
yeah.
it.
Drop that thing.
You can drop it to the floor. It's fine.
Yeah,
Just
I don't want to
silver
touch that damn thing.
billowing out.
Yeah.
Nice
It's-
pair of pirate boots. Next thing forming up, a pair of stripy pants. I think you kind of recognize these pants. Next thing, nice billowy flowing shirt, a bandolier on it, with
Can I pick up the amulet?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I pick it up.
Still billowing out some mist. He's got like a bandolier, a nice captain's overcoat. Finally, forming the last part, the face of the ship captain and his nice captain's hat. You feel.
I put the amulet on.
You put the amulet on? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. You feel again a lurch in the ship. For those of you, if you're above decks, like you are on the map right now, you look up. There's 6 ghosts behind each sail. They start screaming. Your boat starts moving.
Yeah.
The captain, however, you notice one difference in it. Instead of his eyes, which were black pits before, his eyes now are just sort of like normal ghost visage, right? He looks around. He says, "Ha ha! I remember yous." He looks at Damu specifically and says, "Aye, boy. That be my medallion." He gets real close to you. And then he pats you on the shoulder and says, "But it looks real good hanging around your neck, boy. Ha ha! Thank you. Thank all of you for freeing me from the control of that dirty devil bastard. I can't even begin to tell you how long it's been that I've been under the control of Drazan and his wily ways. I was just a mere ship's captain. He brought us here. He brought us here from up south. crashed us into these rocks without telling us how to navigate them. Killed me whole crew in that wreck. And that bastard with his bat wings just flew above the ship as it were sinking. And me men were drowning. And me sitting there on me bed, impaled against the wall. Freaking bedpost through me chest. He just let us sink, let us drown, and then he raised us up. Forced us to work for him ever since, ferrying his nefarious chemicals and spell components back to that blasted skull of his. It's like, but I ain't working for him no more. I'm gonna take this ship, and I'm gonna sail the high seas like I did once before. Looting and pillaging every goddamned ship that I can see. And you're all welcome to come with me if you want. Or I can drop you off someplace nice. Either way, I'm taking me and my crew. And we're getting back to the good life on the high seas. Points. I was gonna say, silver lining. We don't have to be pillaging for food no more. We can just pillage for the gold that we want. So what it'll be? What'll it be? You want to join the crew? It looks at all of you.
I'd very much like to kill that Drazan bastard.
Well,
Likewise.
We all.
We agreed to help those guys out at the skull, so I say we do that.
yep, we had a place
Yep.
to go.
Well, I may be a dirty, no good pirate, but if there is one thing, I do have me principles. Robbing, stealing, looting, pillaging. I might say a wee bit of fucking on the side. But as a man of principles, even if they be morally gray, I can respect your principles as well. I'll drop you off at Drazan's lair before I make it for the high seas. He says, crew, we're heading to Drazan's lair one last time. And you see coming up from below decks skeletons. Well, the ones that you didn't completely turn into bone meal. The ones who had enough of themselves left have reanimated. Part of their curse and part of this ship's curse. They come up, they start manning the rigging and all that. You can see the ghosts behind the sails. They're screaming as you're picking up speed. Again, cannot hear with your mortal ears these eternal plaintive wails of those ghosts. But you're picking up speed. You're moving. You're heading on. During the days, the ship continues to move at half speed as the ghosts disappear from sight, but they're not like gone. Like they don't dissolve like what happened when you killed the ship's captain originally. So you're moving at half speed during the days. The skeletons have to go under the deck, you know, or else they like become inactive piles of bones on the ship deck as well. But at night you're going at full speed, and in a couple of days, you indeed get to the Skull Island, and I'm gonna show if I do that, and I think this. There we go. Beautiful artwork by a friend of mine, Ted Garney, here on Twitch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very pretty.
Yeah. If you guys,
That's so dope.
That's freaking amazing.
Want that on my wall in my living room.
I thought he hosted.
So Sift is going to make a bunch of notes about this ridiculous contraption she's built. Like she's gonna write down every detail of it because she thinks she can make money off it later.
Fair enough. But yeah, you fly your ship. This is to scale, by the way. I know that ship is on the water. But if you guys can see, there's a tiny little ship. There's a giant fucking skull. As you get close to it, you can tell even through the foliage, the moss, everything growing on it, you can tell that the material of the skull is quite distinct from the rock around it. This is actual bone. It is an actual skull. And it is actually like 100 feet tall. It is gigantic. Like bigger even than giants in this world. Like you're not sure what creature made this skull, but I mean, if I were in your position, I'd be thankful it's dead. Because a thing that big, when you're only like 6 feet tall, like shit. That would not be good, right? But yeah, you guys make it to the end of the Black Reach. Come out of the cove out into the wide ocean. As you approach, it is just after sunset, a couple of days after you left the docks. You can see there so like this is like on a little island, right? Separate from the quote unquote mainland. On the mainland, as you're passing by, you can see camps of lizard folk, what appear to be set up in a gigantic graveyard. So real quick again, let me bring you guys back to the actual map here, the world map. If you zoom in over here on the map, you can see there's like little crosses and stuff along this road. Like it is a giant graveyard. You're flying. This is it. You know, the cliffs got progressively lower and lower. So you can see from your floating airship vantage point. Most of, like, we're talking 95% of those graves have been dug up. This is likely where Drazan started his army of the undead in this massive graveyard. Like, it is hundreds and hundreds of graves here. You don't know what kind of graves, you don't know why they're there, you don't know who they were from, but you can definitely see stone heads, you know, normal tombstones, mausoleums, and all sorts of crazy, you know, statues and effigies to various people or creatures that were likely buried there. And but again, you know, it's after dark, so it's kind of hard to make out specific details. But yeah, you guys fly around the back of the ship. You can tell, like, the lizard folk see the ghost ship flying, and they know that you're supposed to be on it. You guys currently fully rested, got all your stuff. It's been a couple of days. The crew of the ship friendly to you. You don't have to fight or anything. So you got all your stuff. And as you guys are approaching the ship, the docking area of the skull layer, you hear off in the distance the war horns of the lizard folk preparing for battle. And that is where I will say your critical hits and critical fails. These have been the Osrynn Tales. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you so much, everybody, for playing.
We did it. We made it.
Let's go around ye olde virtual table. Rachel, tell us what you got going on in your life. Where can people find you? What are you doing these days? Rachel, are you muted? You might be.
Rachel's muted.
Sorry. I'm bad. So I play with my husband, Chad is Chad, on Twitch TV. We play a variety of games. We enjoy God of War right now. We do a bunch of stuff, though. Come check us out. Come say hi. We're fun sometimes.
It's a pretty fun time, guys.
It is.
Sam, ready? What you got going on in your life?
I actually stream movies here on Twitch. I have
Whoop, whoop.
really unique contracts with the movie companies, so we watch movies on Twitch here. We'll be adding a cocktail to part of our stream, but we hope you stop by and do it. It's on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Genie, bro, what you got going on in your life?
Oh, you know me, dog. I'll be hanging out in my multimedia complex. No. No, I also I broadcast on Twitch. Social media is Genie Bruh, just like it says down here. A lot of goofing, a lot of gaffing. Yesterday we did a charity stream. We raised like $500, man, and they're still going right now. I think they're
25, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, 525. Yeah, I think they're actually like 25. They might be close to $3,000 now.
Ooh,
so they're killing it. They're killing it.
Hell yeah.
And you can keep up with that group on my socials because I've been posting out the links. But yeah, no, just a lot of goofiness. We play some video games. My wife hangs out with me on stream, and people seem to really like her. I don't know why, but
she's awesome, and she should
Kelly's
be playing
rad.
in this game, and not you. No, I love you. You're amazing.
no, she's my best friend, my bro ham. So we have a good ass time.
Mr. Abstracto, tell us what you got going on in your life, buddy.
Stream art on Tuesdays from noon to 4 Eastern time. That's about it.
Hell yeah, man. And everybody, you know me. You're on my channel. Hit that like button. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I also do art. Currently, I'm working on a comic book called Lords of the Cosmos. It's a sci-fi thing that I'm doing for another comic book creator here in Pennsylvania named Jason Lennox. He's created this thing. I'm lucky enough to do a short story for him. It was supposed to be 7 pages. It's now 9 pages long, so you're gonna get some extra content out of me for that. But other stuff that I do is I have a 3-issue print format comic set in the world of Osrynn, where we play this D&D game. Different characters, of course. But yeah, 3 print issues, and I do a webcomic set in this universe as well. Again, I want to thank everybody for playing. I want to thank everybody for watching. I sped up the credits this week, so they should roll a lot faster. Stick around after the credits, everybody. We're gonna raid probably someone pretty cool. Not sure who yet, but please stick around for the raid. And remember, you guys can use channel points to mess with our shit over here. So come hang out during the week, rack up them points, and specifically I want to shout out real quick the which one? Where is it? The choose a monster one. I might lower that soon. Choose a monster is like if you want to see us fight an owl bear, if you want to see us fight like I don't know, a beholder or whatever it might be that you think would be really cool. Within reason, I may have to adjust some stuff. But if there's if there's a specific monster that you guys want to see us fight, now is the time to start hitting that choose a monster thing. We're getting close to the end of this storyline, and I'm gonna keep a running list of the monsters that you guys want to see us fight, and I'm gonna try and incorporate as many of those as I can into the next storyline that we play. So yeah, stick around after the credits for the raid, and we'll see you guys next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night, for episode 11 as we assault the lair of Drazan.